better each week. They're putting things together, and they always play Junction City very, very tough.
Emporia has defeated Junction City in 3 of their last 4 meetings, although the Blue Jays did win big last year at Al Simper Stadium, 62-15. You're listening to the Central National Bank pregame show. I might note tonight we'll have the broadcast, our radio broadcast, on the JC Post live stream as well. We got the cameras going, and you can listen and watch tonight's football game between the Spartans and the Blue Jays. We'll take a break here and focus on a tennis player for Junction City in the special pregame show right after this.
Central National Bank's locally financed auto loans make buying the car you want smart, easy, and affordable. Visit centralnational.com and apply online, or give your local branch a call and get started on the open road. Find the car you want and tell them it's Central Time. Central National Bank. It's money for life the way we live and drive today. Offer credit subject to credit approval.
Central National Bank. Money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Welcome back to our special pregame show tonight. Coach Matt McKeel with Lady J Tennis, and one of the athletes from Junction City High School competed at state today. We want to talk about her season as a whole, Abby Ratz, and tell us how she did overall.
Overall, she played number 1 for us the whole year, and she competed really hard, improved all season, played a lot of tough competition, and then when she got to regionals, she ended up qualifying for state by, she put in over 6 hours of tennis that day, played over a 3-hour match to get there, really fought hard and was really consistent, and, just used a lot of, passion and emotion, got herself through that last set, and really, brought home the victory.
One match, 3 hours, that's incredible.
3 hours, 15 minutes. It was a grind. I mean, it put a lot of pressure on both those athletes mentally, and she was the one that came out on top. She just found that fire and that energy. I think her sister gave her a little bit of energy. They were softball players and came over, kind of got cheering for her, and then it just kind of sparked, and she just went crazy in the last set.
What's her strength?
Strength right now is keeping the ball in play, but she's really working on her game. She's improved her serves. Her volley game has taken off. Hit the little block shots. She's starting to top spin the ball nice. She's just trying to adjust all the different levels of players. She's really been with us for a year and just made substantial strides. It's kind of a bummer she's gone after this year.
A senior, but at least she got one good year in.
Well, she did, and last year was a good test for her, and then this year, she came in kind of knowing what to expect, so kind of had those goals set for herself, and just kept working at it, and knowing that those tough matches weren't the end all be all. So, because she played possibly the number 1 girl in state 2 or 3, a couple times this year.
Now we're talking with Abby Ratz, who had the big finish to her season, qualifying for the 6A state tournament. I got to hear about the regional championship that got you in here. 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was a little behind for the first match, but my coach was like, don't give up. And I previously beat a girl from Topeka West, but in the tiebreaker that went long too. And my sister came over and she was hyping me up, so I was like, I gotta do this. And Manhattan and Washburn and all my friends that play on the different teams were like, come on, you got this, you got this. So I had to overcome the tiredness and the pain just to overground the girl.
You had to be in pretty good shape to hang in there for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Thank you to Mike Hugh, yeah. He was like, you gotta keep pushing. Yeah.
What's your season been like overall?
Pretty good. I think I did better than last year. I've improved a lot more with Mike Hugh, and he's taught me a lot more mental game than last year, which has definitely helped me to just overgrind a lot of people.
Tell me what he did for you in terms of the mental game. How's it help?
Well, he likes to put me in 30, 40 games where I'm down by a lot and I have to come back, which helps me whenever I'm down to come back and win the whole set, which is pretty good for me. Or he'll have my friend Rachel beat me and then keep going to see if I can bounce back or not.
Feel pretty good about getting to state?
Yeah, I didn't even know I went to state at first until Anna told me I was going to state. I was shocked. It took through almost 4 years for me to get to state, and I'm happy I made it to state.
Proud Lady J. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back on the Central National Bank pregame show right after this.
Hi,
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the post-game show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
And welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame show. We do want to pass this on to you. We do have the final result in for Abby Ratz at the 6A State Tennis Tournament today. She lost in the first round to Joy Yen of Blue Valley North, 6-0, 6-0. And in round 2, fell to Mehdi Goli of Blue Valley West by a score of 9-2. So 0-2 at the state, but that'll eliminate her from that. But still, she made the 6A State Tournament. It's a goal she's been working toward for 4 years, so congratulations to Abby finishing at the state tournament in 2021. A lot of high school football around the area tonight. I'll touch on that briefly. Manhattan's over at Hummer Sports Park against Topeka West. The Blue Jays are here, of course, at Emporia against the Spartans. Topeka High plays at Seaman. Highland Park goes to Washburn Rural. Chapman is hosting Council Grove, or is at Council Grove, Abilene visits Augusta. Clay Center goes to Marysville. Concordia travels to Riley County. Wamego visits Fort Scott, a long way down there. They'll be back late. Earl Vista hosts Lebo. Rock Creek is home against Holton. And Wakefield plays on the Bomber home field against those Solomon Gorillas. And Ryan, coming in, I think defense is going to be the name of the game for both teams tonight.
Well, I think so. We talked about this just a minute ago, Dewey, but I'll hit on a little more. So Emporia's got several returning starters, especially on their defense. They have some good kids. Bobby Trujillo, who's their will linebacker, he's also their fullback. He's been a 4-year starter on both sides of the football. And so, or a 3-year starter, since he was a freshman. He's just a junior. He's got another year, Bobby Trujillo does. He's really, really good. Caden Wojciak is a senior. He leads that secondary. He's a free safety, and Parker leads one of their corners. But the two guys I want to talk about that I was most impressed with on Emporia's defense last week against Topeka Seaman was nose guard Ty Iverson. He's 5'6", 225, very low to the ground, and also Pedro Padilla. He's a 200-pound freshman, 6 foot 200, and then they have a pair of defensive tackles that they rotate in and out. One's a freshman again, Robert Alleman Wesley, and all three of those guys really, really dominated the line of scrimmage against Topeka Seaman last week and took Topeka Seaman out of their game. Seaman scored one offensive touchdown. It was on a miscue by the Emporia offense where they gave Seaman the ball inside their own inside of Emporia's own red zone, and they scored on that. The rest of the night, Seaman, like they did against Junction City, had to rely quite a bit on field goals. And so the Emporia defense played Seaman very closely to the way that Junction City played Seaman. So a lot of similarities in the defense. You're right, Dewey, the defenses are going to be the key tonight. The special teams for Emporia are outstanding. They've got a pretty good kicker. They kicked 2 onside kicks last week and recovered them both against Seaman. So they're very good with their special teams. Their punter gets nice high coverage punts, and so their special teams and defense are good. Where they struggle, their quarterback, he can really throw the ball. Gates, he's a good quarterback. He can throw the ball well. He's got a couple of receivers in Parker Leeds and Jackson Dial, who are very good receivers. You got Trujillo, who's a good fullback, and they've got Derek Keys, who's a junior. He's a very, very good running back. He's their tailback, number 8. Good ball player. The problem is Emporia's offensive line. And just talking to our fellow broadcasters who broadcast the Emporia games, that's what they said. The weakness on them, with Emporia's team, is their offensive line. And so their offense really struggles at times. And so that's going to be the key tonight. Can the Junction City Blue Jay defense do what they've done to most of the offenses that they've seen this season? And that is, can they continue to have a dominant run-stopping defense? Here's the thing. Emporia throws the ball well. We know how good the Blue Jays secondary is, but there are times during this season where teams have been able to throw the ball on Junction City. So that's going to be the key tonight. I don't think that Emporia is going to have a good night running the football against the Blue Jay defense, but Cam Gates, their quarterback, can he have a good night throwing the football against this Blue Jay defense? If Mike Boganowski and Chaz Ruffin start at safety tonight, I don't think he will.
Let's talk a little bit about the absence of T.J. Jones in that backfield for Junction City, leading rusher on the team. He played a lot of positions, returned the kicks and punts. Zimmerman said yesterday they got to replace him by committee.
Yeah, and he also was the leading receiver as far as receptions and receiving touchdowns. And so he's kind of that feature back in the Blue Jay offense that you see, that A-back that plays some slot receiver, will also play in the backfield some and run the ball. It used to be the tailback. With the evolution of the offense and them going to more of a spread, you see that guy now slide up to a slot receiver and sometimes will line up as an A-back behind the fullback as a tailback. But yes, you're going to see tonight Randall Banks is going to get an opportunity, and you're going to see some other younger guys get an opportunity tonight too. Randall Banks, of course, has been playing fullback since David Rowell was injured at quarterback. So when David Rowell was injured at quarterback, you saw Xavion Felton moved to quarterback. He was the starting fullback. So Randall Banks slid in. He was rotating time with TJ at A-back. He became the starting fullback. So you had Xavion at quarterback, Randall Banks at the fullback spot, TJ at the A-back spot. Now you're going to see Randall Banks go back to the A-back spot. And he's going to play where TJ was playing, and then you're going to see some other guys rotate in at fullback. And some guys that are capable, so we're going to see some younger guys, and we'll see who it is. They didn't exactly tell us exactly who they were. We saw a couple different guys rotate there at practice last night, and so we'll just see. We know this. Coach Zimmerman's always got guys that are ready to step in, and somebody's going to have to step in and take TJ's place, because TJ not only is TJ the leading rusher and the leading receiver as far as receptions on this team, he is a huge voice and a leader on this football team. As Aiden said the other night, he said that's tough because TJ is one of the hardest working kids on the team, and so in the weight room and everywhere, and so it's very tough. And so somebody's going to have to step up into that leadership role, and I think that's what's going to be tough, is when you've got a leader like that on your team. That's the hardest part. Who's going to step up and be that guy?
Now it's time for a break on the Central National Bank pregame show. We'll come back and talk to head coach Randall Zimmerman right after this.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame show, Junction City versus Emporia. Emporia's record's a little deceiving. They may be a pretty good, tough out.
It is very deceiving because they've been coming on and playing really well as of late. Last week against Topeka Seaman, a really good Topeka Seaman team. They held them to one touchdown. Now, they made a couple of mistakes special team wise and got themselves in trouble in a couple of situations. But as far as their defense holding down Topeka Seaman's offense, they held them to check the whole game. And then Emporia is able to get a little bit going offensively, but they still have a few growing pains on that side of the ball. But we expect them to be, at their best tonight against us for sure.
How do numbers compare between these two teams that will be actually on the sideline?
Well, we will have as many kids as they will have, and we're on the road and, those kind of things. But they're able to almost totally two platoon. They are playing a couple of kids both ways. So they're, that part of it where you can wear teams down that are playing. They have 11 kids playing both ways, but this team is not like that. Their inside linebacker, fullback, number 44, he's been starting there since his freshman year. Very, very, very good player. We've got to know where he's at all the time when we're on offense, and then defensively, we've got to hold him to check for sure because they're a triple option kind of team. They're going to run inside veer, midline option. They run a little bit of speed option, but that's what they want to be doing. And then they'll throw the ball if they need to. So we got to keep our fullback in check and make the quarterback and tailback carry the football. And then obviously a team like this, you want to force them to throw and get them in long yardage situations on third down, so they have to throw the ball. And that's kind of where our strength is defensively, and especially level 3 has been doing a really good job. So hopefully we can get them to that point. But and then offensively, we need to get the ball moving. We need to get it moving early, get points on the board early, get some confidence, and those kind of things. But this Emporia team is a lot tougher than what their schedule or what their record says right now.
Last year you did beat Emporia. Before that, they won 3 in a row. Why have they been so difficult for the Blue Jays? You actually have a better record against the Manhattan and Washburn Rurals than you do Emporia in recent years.
Yeah, it's a mystery, kind of, a little bit, but not totally. I mean, they're a very disciplined kind of community, very disciplined school, very prideful school. These kids, they know how to work and they know the value of work, as do ours, as we're trying to teach them every day, those kind of things. But it's been tough. It's been a tough place to play. And then, they've gotten us the last couple of times that have been at our place too. So, we talked to our kids about that during the week. And some of it, we've looked past them a little bit. And I haven't done a good enough job of getting our kids convinced of how tough they are, how prideful they are, all those kind of things. And they've got us. They've been all close games, but they were able to get us. And then last year we were able to open it up a little bit. But the key last year was getting out in front. We had 28 points at the end of the first quarter, and kids executed really well, made some big plays, and hopefully that occurs tonight as well.
TJ's out, of course, in the backfield. How do you replace him?
Well, just by committee. We got to have a bunch of guys that have opportunities to run the ball and protect for the pass and those kind of things. Xavion is coming into his own, getting a little bit better there, and it's just each day out, every week, and hopefully we see a big improvement from him. And if we see a big improvement where he's really honed in on or zoned in on, his keys in the passing game, we got very capable receivers. So we need to be able to throw the ball against them a little bit, loosen their front up. But throwing, you have to have the protection, you have to have the catch on the other end, and then obviously the throw. But our kids put together a good week of practice. We're really looking forward to the competition tonight against Emporia.
Is David Rowell coming back?
He will come back. We thought we had him this week, but it'll be next week before he plays. And he had a really good week of practice, so give him a little bit more time, and he'll bounce back and come back next week.
Good luck.
Thanks, Dewey. Thanks for having us.
We'll be back on the Central National Bank pregame show right after this.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at dellmotors.com.
If you've had past banking challenges, it's Central Time. Start over with a financial partner who can help you adapt in an ever-changing world with New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life for the way you live today. Find out more. Check New Opportunity Checking at centralnational.com. Account opening subject to qualification. Restrictions may apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
The Blue Jays on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
And welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame. The Emporia Spartans all decked out in their black uniforms with the red trim. The Blue Jays tonight on the road wearing the white with the blue trim. Brian Field and I both with you here in the Central National Bank pregame show. As we come through the evening, I want to talk about halftime. There's that brand new, huge, expansive video board at the Blue Jays Stadium. People have been enjoying that. They're going to get a whole lot more fancy, do a whole lot more functions with that, and we'll hear about that from Jason Curtis and Alicia Goheen at halftime of our ball game here tonight. About a 10-minute interview, and they really kind of got into it. And Brian, that's a pretty fantastic piece of equipment.
It is, and they're training the students how to do some of that. But we talked about this earlier in the season when I had an opportunity when I was on Board of Education to go to a conference, and it was in Tennessee. And when we were there, that was one of the things one of the programs I went to was talking about how to showcase your district and some of the different ways to advertise and do some different things for community involvement, and that was one of them. It's an opportunity when you've got a big scoreboard, video board like that to showcase your schools, not just your high school and what's going on inside your high school, but maybe the middle school, or you might have some of your elementary schools just do a performance up there, or you can talk about different things, do interviews, like you said, one of the cool things like a fan cam. There's going to be a lot of different things, and I want to mention the students are doing that. One of the things that's really cool is the fact that we've got 2 students here tonight that are running the live stream, and they came and they set this whole thing up really, really well. I was really impressed with how quickly they got it put together. Right now, one of the things they're working on is trying to figure out how to get the scoreboard up there on the bottom and getting the names changed and getting everything in there so they can do that too. So that's something that they're working on right now. But very impressed. And so the students are going to get the opportunity, the video technology or the mass communications department within the high school, the students are going to get an opportunity to do that. And what a great thing. And so many of these tools that they have now at their fingertips, these kids that we can train and use those tools for them to, whatever field they're going to go into, if it's audiovisual, whatever it is, they can use that video board now, they can learn. And so there's a lot of great tools in that new high school. So
one thing I might interject. We turned the microphone on. We did good.
We did good tonight. We did our part. But no, I just was really impressed with the students down there and how fast they got that all put together. And so they did a really good job. We're going to get their names here on the air here in a little bit. They did a great job tonight.
Here come the Blue Jays onto the field. Spattering the Blue Jay fans across the way, the other side of the stadium welcoming them. Not a bad crowd for a long trip to Emporia. Spartans have already come out, lined up along their sideline. Keaton Taylor is the head coach. First year here at Emporia High School. Told you about Cam Geitz, the quarterback. He's a good one for Emporia. Offensive line, though, is so important to a football team.
Yeah, and we talked about this in that last segment of pregame, Dewey. Their defense is pretty darn good. They held Seaman to just 1 offensive touchdown last week, and their special teams are awfully good, too. They recovered 2 onside kicks last week. Their punter gets nice high-coverage kicks. Their kicker gets some good kicks, and so they have a good special teams and good defense. Their quarterback has a great arm. He throws the ball well. They've got some good running backs, some good receivers, but their line has been a little bit suspect, and so their offense is where Emporia has struggled. But Emporia always comes out ready to play Junction City, especially when we come here to Emporia State to play them.
We'll wrap up the Central National Bank pregame show and be back with kickoff right after this.
Find new roads at Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac. Easy to find. I-70 Junction City. Under that huge American flag. Willie Thornburg looks a little thin for cars, trucks, and vans out there.
Well, Bob, the inventory is a little light on the new car side, but I got to tell you, we've had a steady flow of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers arriving constantly. Bob, the majority of them are just spoken for before they ever hit the ground. But we have been delivering a lot of cars, and that means we've been trading for a lot of nice trade-ins. And, Bob, we've got an excellent selection of late-model trucks and SUVs. Bob, some of them are certified pre-owned. That means that well-qualified buyers can take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.9%. The certified pre-owned gives you a 6-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Bob, you get free OnStar XM radio.
Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, I-70 Junction City.
There we go.
And welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame show as we get things all wrapped up ahead of tonight's ball game between the Emporia Spartans and the Junction City Blue Jays. Blue Jays will go north to south as they do the coin flip activity at center field, and Junction City and Emporia get set to renew their rivalry. And I say this every time Junction City and Emporia play, Brian. Funny things happen.
They do every time. You just never know. And it's, there have been some tough games. I can remember Emporia charging in the fourth quarter with, I don't know, was it 2 or 3 minutes left, just running the trap all the way down the field from east to west, beating Junction City in the final minutes of a game. That's probably been, 10 years ago maybe, but maybe a little longer ago than that. But they always come out and play very, very tough against Junction City.
Okay, we're set to go. Aiden Field will kick off for the Junction City Blue Jays. Emporia will put their deep men back at about the 15-yard line. We're about ready to play some football here tonight. Another Friday night with Junction City High School football. Aiden tees up the ball at the 40-yard line of the Blue Jays, going left to right, north to south in tonight's ball game. Interesting to see how Junction City gets off to a start tonight. That's kind of a big deal, I think.
I think it is. It is. And we'll talk about some similarities between Seaman and
Here's
Emporia.
The kickoff coming with Aiden from the 40. Angles it toward the far side. Comes down to about the 17-yard line. Being brought back by Emporia. Across the 20, across the 30. Nearly had a breakout across the 40 to the 41. That's a good run back, Brian.
It was, but there's a flag back there at the 25-yard line, Dewey. It's going to be holding against Emporia, it looks like. Oh. It's like they call against Junction City.
Officials making a signal. Emporia sending their offensive unit on.
So they did. Nope, they're backing up. So Emporia right there is going to lose yardage. And that was one of the things. They make mistakes. They make a lot of penalties, and they did that against Seaman last week. We'll talk throughout the game some things they did very well against Seaman. They actually played Seaman pretty darn tough. So don't let Emporia's record fool you. This is a pretty darn good football team. Really good defense, really good special teams. Their offense is what struggles at times. But Geitz is a good quarterback with a really good arm. They're going to come out and run some spread, and they'll also run some eye, but they'll run some power spread tonight with some speed option, a little bit of zone read, and they'll throw your typical power zone type passing routes.
High formation look. Now Geitz will back up about 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. Now comes up under center. He took a look at the defense. 2 in the backfield. They run to the tailback, and no gain at all that time, hardly. Just out across the 15. And it'd be second down coming up for Emporia.
Well, and Elijah Clark Boyd just shot right in there. A great play, great tackle. And they've got Bobby Trujillo. He is a third-year starter, just a junior, a third-year starter at fullback, and they also have Derek Keys. I was impressed with the way that Derek Keys ran the ball last week. He's their tailback. He's very, very quick. And then Parker Leeds and Jackson Dial are their leading receivers. And we talked about Cam Geitz. He can definitely throw the football. He's got a strong arm.
Caden Gobworth carried the football for a loss of 1 on first down. It'll be second down 11. Again, the quarterback rolls the line, keeps it on the option, turns upfield, and is out across the 20 to the 23. Gain of about 6, 7, 8 yards almost. Still, third down coming up.
Yeah, it looked like the speed option right there, and he chose to keep it. He faked the pitch and hung on to it and got a few extra yards. A nice decision right there by Geitz.
So the Blue Jay defense stiffening up for a third down, about 1.5 yards for first and 10 for the Emporia Spartans. We have no score, just underway tonight. Glad to have you with us on jcpost.com. 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK. Long huddle for Emporia now. The Spartans break and come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers go wide right on the far side. 2 in the backfield. They work out of the shotgun set, and we got some movement for Emporia.
Yep, and that's what they do. They get excited. Their offense just never seems to get into rhythm, which is awfully tough because, like I said, Cam Geitz is a senior. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds. He wears number 1. He's a good quarterback, Dewey. He makes good decisions. He doesn't run the ball a lot, but when he does, he makes good decisions in the option game. But he does have a really strong arm, and he can heave it quite a ways. And last week, 3 different times on a deep route, he was able to connect with his receivers, and so he's got a very strong arm. He can throw the ball over 50 yards.
Geitz went over and talked to his head coach, Keaton Tuttle. Now they set again, 2 receivers wide right. Back to throw. Geitz rolling to the right, throws up on the right sideline. Short of the first down, however. Football caught up at about the 20. And it will be fourth down, and they're going to have to punt to Junction City.
Well, that was very well defended that time by the Blue Jays. I'm pretty sure in there on the tackle was Jalen Holloway, the nickel linebacker. So right there you saw they just ran an out pattern, and the Blue Jays read it very well. The outside linebacker did exactly what he should do, covered the flat, and was able to make the tackle.
Malik Williams is the new deep man on the punt return for Junction City. Of course, T.J. Jones had been handling that. There's a kick, not a good kick. Kind of shanked it off his foot. It's going to bounce at about the 45 of Emporia. Junction City stays away, and it's down to the Spartan 48-yard line. So net punt, 28 yards for the Spartans.
Well, and if this sounds familiar, the Blue Jay defense is usually on the field quite a bit. And that's because, though, the Blue Jays tend to score quickly when they do, and they get the quicker strikes or they get the big plays. Emporia, their offense just isn't on the field much, so their defense spends a lot of time on the field. And in that Seaman game, they spent the entire first quarter on their own side of the field. Their defense did on Emporia's own side of the field. And right now, that's how they start. The Blue Jays start in Emporia territory.
Junction City, Xavier Felton, the quarterback, comes out, turns around, and looks over to the far sideline. 1 receiver wide left, 1 wide right on the near side. Xavier hands off in the backfield, rushing play coming around the left end. And it's going to be no gain, really, about a loss of a yard. New player in the ball game for Junction City, Tyreek Byers, carried the football.
So Tyreek Byers was one of the players that we saw rotating at fullback last night who's getting the start for the Blue Jays. So that's one of the things we're going to see with T.J. Jones out. You see Randall Banks moving to the A-back position, and you've got Tyreek Byers. He is a junior, 5'8", 160 pounds, wearing number 44 for the Blue Jays. He's getting the start at fullback.
Second down, we'll call it 10 for Junction City. Blue Jays spread 1 receiver wide to the right. Ismail Fadiga. There's the snap. Xavier rolls to the near side. Could run now. Opts to keep it. Go up the middle. Dives over one defender and lands at the 44-yard line, so a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be third down.
Well, one of the things I like about that play, TJ Osa saw that his quarterback decided to scramble and improvise a little bit, and he made a great pancake block to get Xavier a couple more extra yards right there. That's a senior tackle, knowing his quarterback and knowing this offense and knowing when his quarterback takes off. Xavier tends to like to go between the tackles, and that's what he did, and you saw TJ Osa make a great block.
Logan Nabus, tight end, spreads out wide to the right side. Just one in the backfield. Byers with Xavier Felton. They have 3 receivers wide left. Trips on the far side. They snap Xavier on the roll to the short side. Around the end. Turns it up at the 40. Hit, stop, forward. Oh, he's still moving, but they push him out of bounds finally. Inside the 40 at about the 38.
Yep, he got it. He got it by about 1.5 yards. So one of the things I was impressed by watching this Emporia Spartan defense last week against Seaman, they tackle very, very well, Dewey. They're sound tacklers. They're strong kids. We talked about their defensive front. We'll get into those in a little bit. A couple of those guys starting in between the ends there at nose guard and tackle are both freshmen, and those kids are strong. And Emporia always does a great job working hard in the weight room. They're always strong kids, and their defensive line is awfully good.
Josiah Delva in at wide receiver, 3 on the far side. He's near the sideline. Xavier rolls that direction, wants to throw over the top, and the pass is caught inside the 30. First down catch inside the 25-yard line for Junction City. Blue Jays pick up some pretty good yardage to Demarion Sellers.
That's the difference between Xavier Felton now and Xavier Felton a month ago when he had to start at quarterback for the first time. He has the confidence now. He threaded the needle right there and threw that with the confidence that Demarion would catch it.
8:12 to go, first quarter. Blue Jays rush Demarion off left tackle, breaks past the line of scrimmage into the secondary, down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for Junction City.
Well blocked by the left side of the offensive line, and right there you can see how strong Xavier is. He was able to get an extra yard or two by initiating the contact, and that's what I love about guys that run the ball hard like that. When you initiate the contact and you make sure that you take the tackler for a little bit of a ride.
So the Blue Jays set up first and goal from the 9. They're going to run the ball off left side. Xavier bears up the middle. Didn't get to the end zone, but he gets inside the 2-yard line.
So that's that play, that ISO play. They like to run that quarterback power that they scored their touchdowns on several times when they needed to. And that's a play, that's a Blue Jay trademark this year.
Junction City working in a hurry, and they're moving on the left side. They're going to have a penalty. So Junction City will have to back it up 5 yards.
They can't afford to do that tonight because this is a good defense of the Emporia Spartans. They cannot, when they have got to come out and attack the Emporia defense and let them know that they are going to control the game, not the Emporia Spartans defense. So the Blue Jay offense needs to limit the mistakes tonight, because right there they just lost 5 yards. So it's on the 7 now instead of the 2.
Blue Jays send a play on from the sideline, bringing that in. Cooper Bogenhagen to Xavier Felton. They'll have Sellers, Holloway in the slot on the near side, out toward the side of the field. Josiah Delva on the right side. Xavier gets the signal from Coach Randall Zimmerman, now in his 28th year guiding the Blue Jays. They snap to Xavier, rolls left, can't throw, looking for help. And they're going to take him down to about the 5, inside the 5-4. That's just good scramble by Xavier.
It was a good scramble, but did you see that block by Randall Banks? He came up and he saw that Xavier needed a little help right there, and he came on and made an outstanding, powerful block. And he knocked that guy right off of Xavier, so Xavier could get a few more yards. I like the way the Blue Jays are working together so far in this game. Seeing some good blocks. This is a confidence thing. This is a team that has been playing together well now. They know they lost TJ. I guarantee you tonight they're playing for TJ, and that's going to give them some motivation right now. And you see these Blue Jays, they're fired up and they're playing hard.
All right, play call comes in from the side of the field. Bringing that onto the play field, Josiah Delva. Xavier Felton sets up a quarterback 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. They snapped Xavier, dump pass over the top, tipped and knocked away, incomplete, right in the front part of the end zone. Junction City trying something a little bit different there.
Well, they went for, it looked like the tight end right there. It looks like they're going to go ahead and kick a field goal, I think, or are they just going to call a timeout? Coach Zimmerman wants to talk about this. Sometimes Coach Zimmerman will ask the kids what they want to do too. Do you want to go for it? What should we do here? And so 4th and 5, and what they did is they tried to throw a quick slant to the tight end. We saw them have some success with that I almost called him Randy Davis. That's his dad, Logan Davis. Logan, the tight end, can catch the football, and we saw him. He's got 3 catches on the season. All three came in that game against, I believe it was Washburn, was Topeka West, and he got his first career touchdown. He is a player that moved from guard last year to center to start the season, and then he moved to tight end, and he can catch the football. He's a catcher on the baseball team, and so you know he's got good hands. And right there, Xavion tried to throw the ball to him, but that was just good defense by Emporia. One of the things I want to point out, downfield, they have a very good secondary. Emporia does. And last week, Seaman had trouble throwing the ball at times because that secondary is very good. They'll run a lot of man coverage or some cover three, and they do a really nice job sticking with those receivers pretty much stride for stride last week with Seaman. And it looks like the Blue Jays are going to go for it right here.
Here they go on fourth down. Xavion Felton flanked in the backfield by Hosea Dell. They snapped to Xavion. Wants to throw. Dumps it down the infield in the end zone. And it's incomplete. Knocked down. The Blue Jay gamble does not pay off. We stay scoreless, 0-0. 6:59 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the post-game show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
And Emporia football, they'll start just shy of their own 5-yard line, backed up deep in their territory. A dive play up the middle takes it out to about the 6, about a 1.5 gain. That brings up second down.
I want to go back to that fourth down try. They tried pretty much the same play, but to the other side. I'm not real sure. I don't disagree with Coach Zimmerman very often, but that right there, I think I would have done one of two things right there. I would have probably tried to run outside or maybe kick the field goal because you saw this Emporia defense hold Seaman. Seaman had to kick 3 field goals last week, and without those, it would have been a lot closer game. And so I think I would have tried to get away with some points right there. But this is confidence in Coach Z with his defense and the fact that Emporia struggles some offensively.
They're getting set to snap the football to Geitz. Turns. Tries to keep it himself. Tucks it up the middle and powers up to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of about 3. Now they're facing third and long again.
Well, and that's exactly what you see. This defensive front getting a lot of penetration. Seaman, their defensive front got a lot of penetration on the offensive line of Emporia last week. And what you're seeing tonight is the same thing. Emporia was able to get a lot of penetration on Seaman's offensive line, but tonight the Blue Jay offensive line has done a really nice job controlling the line of scrimmage. We'll see how that goes throughout the ball game, but that's the thing. A lot of times with Emporia is their offensive front every now and then will struggle.
Third down, 5 coming up for the Spartans. Almost 6 from the shotgun set. 3 receivers go wide near side. Guides throws up in the left flat at the 15, up across the 20. Good for a first down catch by Parker Leeds, and he is their leading wide receiver.
Yeah, Parker's good. He's been around too. That's a name that everybody knows that has listened to. He's a junior receiver. Gosh, a lot of these kids are juniors, sophomores, freshmen. They're going to lose their quarterback because he's a senior, but so many of these kids are young, Dewey, and this Emporia team is going to be really good in the future. But like we said, a couple of those freshmen on their interior, their defensive line are awfully good. But that goes to show you Cam's arm. Did you see how fast he zipped that ball, how quickly he got rid of it? He's got great mechanics.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line for the Spartans on the near side hash. There's the snap. They're going to run it off right tackle, and they're not going to get too far this time. Maybe a yard. Giving the ball off in the backfield. Leeds actually carried it.
Was it Leeds?
Yes, it was.
No,
Leeds.
It was Trujillo, wasn't it? The fullback, 44. It was Trujillo, the fullback. Yeah, no, that's Trujillo. That's what I thought. They gave that to the fullback, Trujillo. So he's just a junior also. He's a 3-year starter at fullback, and he's also their best middle linebacker. And so you're seeing these leaders of this Emporia team getting involved early on both sides of the football. But they will platoon some too, Dewey. They only have a few guys playing on both sides.
Second down coming up. Spartans break the huddle. They put 1 receiver wide right, 1 on the slot on the far side. Guides takes the snap. Quick pitch coming out of the backfield. Round the end at the 25, 30, up the sideline, a yard shy of the first down. So again, another short third down coming up for Emporia.
That was just well run right there, and that shows you that Emporia does have some speed, and they will every now and then start to move the football. But the Blue Jay defense right there, you could see that was just well blocked by the right side of that Emporia offensive line. And this is the thing, later in the season, things start to happen, teams start to get better, they start to do things, and some teams just match up differently against others. And so you never know what's going to happen with Emporia offensively. They could really start to move the ball.
4:43 to go, first quarter. Emporia sets their offense. They snap it. They're going to, ball's on the turf. Blue Jays have got it back at the 28-yard line.
Keegan McConnell looks like he got the fumble recovery, and he did. And Dewey, that was the thing. Last week, Emporia did this several times against Seaman, but they did it inside their own 20 and gave it Seaman. That's how Seaman scored their touchdown. It was a short field, and they made some mistakes fumbling the football. Now the Blue Jays have an opportunity right here. They forced the fumble. Keegan McConnell falls on it, and now the Blue Jays in business at about the 28-yard
line. Okay. First and 10, Junction City. Xavier Felton, a quarterback. Cooper Bogenhagen in the backfield. They dump a pass out to Damarian Sellers. He drops it. Now is it a catch fumble?
No, that should be
incomplete, says the official walking over to the near side. Now they're going to have a conference about it.
Yeah, no way.
Let's wait and see. Junction City will stand. Damarian will stand and listen to the officials. They haven't given us a final ruling. The ball is being placed down at the 26-yard line. A lot of the fans upset, and they give it to Emporia. That's a catch fumble.
That's okay. Damarian right there was just he caught the ball and was trying to make a move, and that's what I mean. These defenders stick. They're pretty darn good. And right there, they came up to make the tackle, and unfortunately, Damarian dropped the ball, but that's okay, and that's what I mean. I think I would have kicked the field goal, because now the Blue Jays, right now, that's twice now that they were moving towards the goal line, and they've come away with no points.
That's what worries me about this game. I've seen games in the past where you had opportunities, didn't capitalize early.
If I had an opportunity to score against Emporia with the history we've had against them the last 4 or 5 years, I'd go for the points. I'd have kicked that field goal.
All right. First down from the 26-yard line for the Spartans. I formation. They snap to Geitz, rushing the fullback up the middle, and they're going to get maybe a yard and a half. Second down.
Elijah Clark,
defense by Junction City.
Elijah Clark Boyd got in there on the tackle, and we got another number in there for the Blue Jays, number 62. Bracanye Stewart, we've seen him. He's a senior defensive lineman, and he's getting to play in there tonight, too. Looks like he's getting to play at nose guard right now, and we've seen him get some time, and he's getting the start. Also, we want to mention, the right, of course, Elijah Clark Boyd's at the right end, and I'm pretty sure that's Rudy Vargas at the left end. We haven't had a chance to go through all the players tonight. We mentioned Jalen Holloway playing the nickel backer.
Second down, 8. Rushing play, quarterback pitches out on the option pitch off the right side, and they're going to get the ball up to the 30 for a gain of 2. That's pretty good pursuit.
Well, it was great, and Chaz Ruffin right there, the safety. So inside out, you saw the pitch, and Cam Geitz took a pretty big hit right there when he pitched that. He's a tough kid, but that was a good choice right there. He held on to as long as he could, but Chaz Ruffin came up from his safety spot and did a good job. We also want to mention Sean DeBleek is starting at the other safety. Middle linebackers tonight, you've got Diego Eisen and Quavion Gilmore, and then Keegan McConnell at the left at the Sam, and you've got at nickel Jalen Holloway.
Third down coming up for Emporia. 3 receivers come wide left near side. Geitz wants to throw on the left flat, overthrows the intended receiver. Parker leads. 4th down coming up.
And then, of course, at the corners, you've got Terrence Tedder, and I'm pretty sure on the other side, I'd be surprised. I'm trying to see. It was harder to see on the far side of the field, but I'm pretty sure Don Quay Williams is playing that other corner. We also see that Tyree Smith has been in there playing some corner also, and a lot of times you'll see him rotate.
Malik Williams will drop back to receive the punt for Junction City. Emporia will be kicking from their 18-yard line. No score. 3:10 to go in the first quarter.
Who's back receiving the punt in TJ's
Malik
place?
Williams.
Okay, good.
High snap. He's got over his head. The ball's loose, rolling. Emporia gets it back, but the ball back at their 13-yard line. And Junction City, again, has great field position.
But this is what happened last week. Seaman, the ball was on Emporia's side of the field the entire first quarter, and they held Seaman to just 1 touchdown. So this defense, a lot like the Blue Jay defense, is very, very tough in the red zone. I was impressed watching Emporia's defense last week against Seaman.
Alex Alamang was the punter for the Emporia Spartans. He limps off injured, and Junction City takes over 1st and 10. Inside the 15-yard line of the Spartans. Their defense has been backed up the entire game so far. Blue Jays hand to Cooper Bogenhagen. They don't exchange the handoff good. Junction City has lost it for the 2nd time on a fumble.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much about that. This is just getting frustrating. You know, the Blue Jays right now, rightfully, could very easily have 2 touchdowns, and they have no points because they fumbled twice, and then they couldn't get in running the same play twice from the 5-yard line. So, I just, that's frustrating for the Blue Jays, but that's Emporia's defense is good, and if this Blue Jay offense thought they were going to come in here and put up a bunch of points on this Emporia defense, they better think again, because they have just found out on 3 straight possessions that Emporia defense is good, so they better wake up.
1st and 10 Spartans just beyond their own 20-yard line, right hash on the far side. Blue Jays crowding the line with 4. Geitz comes down the line, throws a pass in the left flat, caught, and the ball's across the 20 to the 23-yard line. So we'll see what they call here. It looks like it'll be 2nd down and 7. There are no penalty flags.
Great catch, good run, but that receiver on the outside, the tunnel guy that comes in to block, was holding Keegan McConnell. You could see that right there, but no calls. So, but that's just it. The Blue Jays, the defense is going to be okay. The offense is going to have to wake up.
All right, here we go. 2nd down, 7 for the Spartans. Now they come out of the huddle. 1 receiver, 2 receivers come wide left on the near side, 1 in the slot. Going wide right on the far side from Emporia. Fred Jackson by himself out there on an island. Snap to Geitz, going to roll the short side, dumps the pass in the flat, runs up across the 30 for a 1st down across the 35, and forced out of bounds. Parker Leeds. That's his 2nd reception. He's forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
That was a well-run RPO right there, and Terrence Tedder came up to make a touchdown-saving tackle, and that's what I mean. The Blue Jays, Emporia always plays the Blue Jays tough, especially here at Welch Stadium. And you're seeing it right now. Emporia's fired up. Listen, that was a big, big game for them to play Seaman so tough last week after getting blown out so many times this season. That was huge, and they've got a lot of confidence coming into this game.
Working out of the shotgun, Geitz takes the snap. Rolls right, going to keep it himself. Design run, veers back up the middle. 1st down across the 45, 50 into the secondary, into Blue Jay territory, inside the 45-yard line to the 43 of Junction City.
That's how elusive he can be, and you can see he made a great decision right there to keep the football. He's done that twice now. He goes over and talks to his coach after pretty much every play to get the play. They don't signal the play on very often. They don't send different players off. He comes over to talk to his coach, so he's running back and forth a lot. So I guarantee you that kid's conditioned because he runs from the sideline back to the huddle to the sideline back to the huddle. So
1st and 10, 44-yard line of Junction City. Geitz sparks the count, rolls down the line to the near side, keeps it on the option, goes up the middle, takes it power running inside the 40, down to the Blue Jay 38.
So what this is, Dewey, is this is good scouting by the coaches. They have seen what other teams have done, like Manhattan. Manhattan ran that exact same play right there. That option that we're seeing is the same play that Manhattan was running and having some success against the Blue Jays. Blue Jay linebackers are going to have to step up and cut that off. And so, the quarterback, those defensive ends, they'll get this figured out. Coach Ty Zimmerman will make the adjustments, and they'll get this slowed down. But, the Blue Jays have had an opportunity, like we said, to score 3 times. And right now, Emporia looks like they may have the opportunity to score first.
Parker Leeds in the slot right. Running play off the right tackle, inside the 35, down to the 34. Looks like good enough for the 1st down. Sticks right there between the 34 and the 33. They're going to mark it down, and Blue Jays, they give them the 1st down. They're going to check and see.
Yeah, they're going to.
First down.
Nope, they gave it to them. They were going to measure. They decided not to. So, and one of the things for the Blue Jays is, did Emporia take a timeout here, Dewey? Do we want to take one?
We'll take a break. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Homefront Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City, or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
1st down, Emporia throws an incomplete pass into the left flat. It will be 2nd down 10 coming up from the Blue Jay 34-yard line.
The Blue Jays have all the reason in the world to come into this game with some momentum of their own because they had a really good win against Washburn Rural. They beat Topeka West, beat Topeka High. Now, though, they got a lot of help last week from Washburn Rural. I went to that game, 8-9, and there were several of the Blue Jay players that went to that game that sat with the Washburn students. That was a big win by Washburn. It was a fun game to watch. That really should give the Blue Jays some momentum right there.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Running play, Geitz down the line, pitches out on the option wide right. Runs inside the 30, and it is a first down rush to the 23. Emporia getting the football that time to Derek Keys.
Trying to watch. I think that they're crack blocking on the ends. I think that's what they're doing because the Blue Jays, they're double teaming the ends. The Blue Jay defensive ends are usually on the quarterback there, and they've not been able to get to the quarterback. So I'm trying to see what it is that Emporia is doing. But they're very effective right now at keeping those defensive ends off of their quarterback.
1st and 10, the Spartans with their 4th first down in this drive that began deep in their own territory after a Blue Jay fumble. First quarter coming to a close. They may get the snap off. They do. Geitz rushing left, now tries to turn up the middle, gets past the linebackers, inside the 20, down to the 17.
So what?
We'll take a break right here. The first quarter is over with no score. We'll be back right after this.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. Junction City Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both closing and settlement all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. Junction City Abstract and Title is proud to sponsor Blue Jay Athletics and the athletes as they have worked hard to stay safe during an unprecedented year. Have a great year both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Our warehouse isn't just stocked, it's overstocked. This is Steve with Furniture Warehouse, and we've had too much inventory arrive at once with more on the way. We are faced with historic levels of inventory, which means selections like you've never seen before in our 38-year history. Our warehouse is under a crushing load of home furnishings. Everything is priced for immediate and quick sale. Help us to take a load off and leave with your furniture today at Furniture Warehouse, 1 block south of Fort Riley Boulevard behind Briggs Auto in Manhattan.
The Blue Jays play here, 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
And Junction City, the defense still huddled up around Coach Randall Zimmerman on the far side. Interesting what adjustments he may make right here.
Oh, he'll make some adjustments. Coach Ty Zimmerman's a great defensive coordinator. Coach Zimmerman lets Coach Ty coach this defense. Coach Zimmerman will give him, he'll put in his 2 cents, but he lets Coach Ty have this defense. Coach Ty Zimmerman, as we know, playing at K-State, Coach Snyder always complimented him as being the quarterback of the defense and said that he's one of the smartest players he's ever coached. And so Coach Ty Zimmerman will make some adjustments. But Emporia now going to the I formation. We'll see him go back and forth between the I and the spread.
Under center, Cam Geitz takes the snap, play action fake, dumps a pass in the right flat. It's complete inside the 15-yard line.
Ball's out. Blue Jays get it?
It may be out. I couldn't see it.
We'll see what the call is. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
He was out of bounds back at the 13-yard line.
They're going to discuss it.
One official saying it's Emporia football.
Yeah, I think he was out of bounds beforehand.
That'll be the case. I sit down in a chair here, and they're soft seats. When you do that, you can't see out.
Yeah, they're a little low, but I you know what? I love this press box. I always have. I wish we got a little more sound, but there's not a big crowd. But the crowd is way, way down below us, and so we don't get quite as much noise from them.
Helps if we open up the crowd.
There we go. That helps, too.
All right, 1st and 10 on that last play. The football at the 13-yard line. Twins left on the far side, 2 in the backfield. Geitz has been the show so far for Emporia. Keeps it on the rush. Pitches out wide right. The Blue Jays react pretty well. They stop that one.
Now, that's one of the adjustments that they're making is their flow right there. So what Geitz was doing, I watched that last time they ran that option. He was running outside, and then they were forcing the Blue Jays outside linebackers and ends outside, and then he was cutting back in to the heart of the defense. So the Blue Jay middle linebackers were over pursuing. That's one of the adjustments I'm sure that they're probably going to make is keep those inside linebackers from over pursuing on that outside play and make sure that they're there for those cutbacks, because all Cam Geitz was doing was cutting back into the heart of the defense, and so that's something they've seen. We've seen teams go at the heart of this Blue Jay defense, but the Blue Jay defense that time had it very well read and defended.
Derek Keys losing 2 yards on the play. 2nd down, 12. 1 in motion to the far side. Geitz rolls back to the near wing. 3 on him. Throws it away. Basically 3rd down and 12 coming up.
He was sacked some last week, too, by Seaman several times, but incomplete pass right there. He did throw it away. That's a smart play by a senior. He could have taken the sack there. No, he wants to make sure he keeps that yardage, so it's 3rd down and 12 rather than being 3rd down and 18 or 19.
So the Spartans regroup again. They got a lot of yardage to go, but they are close to the end zone.
Well, and that's the thing. And Blue Jays need to watch here because they can throw that deep pass. The Blue Jays have some good safeties. Jazz Ruffin needs to be on his game right here, and those corners need to stay because he will throw the ball deep, and he has the arm.
Fred Jackson goes wide left on the far side. Geitz rolls to the near wing, dumps the pass to the right flat to Leeds, who slipped on the turf as he cut. He's down at the 15. They do gain about a yard, but now it's 4th down.
They've got a kicker that can make this field goal. We'll see if they decide to go for the field goal here. It looks like they probably will.
Kyle Obermeyer coming into the ball game. Their kicker is Alex Alamagna. He limped off after an earlier punt. Doesn't appear to be hampered now. He'll be kicking from the 22, so a 32-yard field goal attempt. Fred Jackson, is the holder. No score in the ball game. 11:05 to go in the first half. Very quick-moving first quarter tonight. Alamagna gets set in his position. There's the snap. It's down. The kick's on the way. Not a bad kick at all. It is good.
Right down the middle.
3-0 Emporia on top of Junction City. 10:49 to go in the first half. We'll break here for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Automotive.
Emporia is surprising the Junction City Blue Jays 3-0, and Brian, that is a surprise.
Well, I would say yes because of Emporia's record and the way their season's been, but then I would say no because the way Emporia plays Junction City every year. This football team has been inexperienced. That's no excuse now. They're experienced. You got to throw the inexperienced excuse out the window because this is week 7, and they are experienced now, whether they like it or not, and they are experiencing for the first time an Emporia football game because this football team of Emporia is not going to quit. They always play Junction City hard. Hopefully that offense wakes up.
Alamagna to kick off from the 40-yard line. The Blue Jays have 2 back to receive. They're going to angle onside kick near side. Blue Jays don't get it.
What they do.
Emporia's got it. At the Blue Jay 41, it bounced up over the Blue Jay receiver who was up close. That was Almond Strickland.
Yeah.
And the football belongs to the Spartans.
That's just right there. The Blue Jays not waking up twice last week. Emporia kicked onside kicks and recovered them both. The Blue Jays now should have 3 scores. Emporia has a score, and now Emporia has the ball at the 41-yard line with a chance to score. And if you can't hear those Emporia coaches in the press box next to us, they are as excited as I've seen a group of coaches in a long time. They want this game. They want it bad. They know their history against Junction City, and it's time for this Blue Jay football team to wake up because I'm telling you, Emporia came ready to play tonight.
Blue Jays trying to stay in contention for a Centennial League championship. A loss here could really hurt that.
Seaman, don't think that doesn't give you credit when you were confidence when you play Seaman as tough as they did last
coming
week.
near side, quarterback takes a high snap, trying to scramble out of it, and Geitz is tackled back at the 53. So it's a loss of 2 on the play.
You're going to see Coach Zimmerman. He does this now. Coach Ty, he's going to start to blitz. They blitzed right there. It looks like they blitzed Holloway, and then their end, Elijah Clark Boyd, got good penetration. They're going to start putting some pressure on Geitz and making him make a decision sooner.
All right, here we go. 2nd down coming up for the Spartans. Geitz ran over to the sideline, talked to his head coach, Keaton Tuttle. The Blue Jays have 3 up front on the defense. Corey taking a long time in the huddle.
He's a good quarterback, Dewey. He is.
Receiver goes wide left. Caden Wozniak. They have not thrown to him yet tonight. Twins on the far side. There's a snap, rushing play. Guys keeping himself around the end. Upended and tackled back at the 41. It'll be 3rd down 10 coming up.
Yeah, so initial contact, Rudy Vargas right there, and then Cooper Bogenhagen came up and finished the tackle. But so the Blue Jay defense, they're going to do their thing. They're already making some adjustments against that option, and that was well read that time by Cooper. So that play has been open at times because what they were doing is they were blocking the outside linebacker and the defensive end outside, forcing them out. They would look like they were zone blocking them, and then Cam was going back inside off of the block, and the inside linebackers had over pursued. Right there, Cooper made a great read for the tackle.
Fred Jackson wide right on the far side, trips wide right. Now down the line, Geitz being grabbed by the jersey, gets it away to Parker Lees. They're going to lose yardage. Forward progress, 44 of Junction City. That'll bring up 4th down 13.
Yeah, and let's see what they do here. I bet you they try to go for it. It wouldn't. Well, we'll see. They may punt it, but they've got some momentum. Maybe they'll try it. They're going to talk about it. Cam Geitz is over there talking to his coach. No, they're going to go ahead and punt. And that's
Alex
the smart thing to do.
Will come out and punt the football.
Pin Blue Jays deep. The offense has not been able to. They moved the football on that first drive, and that's it. The Blue Jay offense has been non-existent since then.
Blue Jays put Malik Williams back deep to receive the punt at the 21-yard line.
Blue Jays fumbled on their last 2 possessions?
That's right. Alamang will kick from about the 44. Gets it away. It's a high kick. Malik back there to catch it. Does so at the 17. Darts up the right side across the 30. 35 down the sideline. Spins out of a tackle but stepped out of bounds. Official marches up the sideline, the far side of the field to the 42-yard line, and that's where Junction City will set up 1st and 10.
Great return. They had the wall, and then right there, some of the defenders on the punt team for Emporia was able to get through and make a touchdown-saving tackle because he was gone. He just had one guy to beat right there, and so I think the Blue Jays are probably going to wake up right here. I think they're probably going to get frustrated. They need to be motivated. Be motivated. You've got a lot to be motivated for. You're playing for a league championship. You need to win out.
1st and 10, Blue Jays from the 43. They snap it to the quarterback, Xavier Felton, rushing between the tackles across the 50. Good rush to the 48-yard line.
Great run, and that was well blocked by the offensive line, especially the interior of the offensive line. And once he got back, you saw those tackles on the outside do a really nice job. We know those tackles are Garrett McCreath on the right, TJ Oss on the left, and also your tight end, Logan Navis, got downfield to make some nice blocks.
2nd down 1 for the Blue Jays. Twins right on the far side. From the shotgun set, Xavier drops the snap, has to roll back. He's got the ball, but they'll sack him back at the 41-yard line. That'd be a loss of 11.
So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm wondering this. It's the first cooler game of the season. The ball can be a little more slippery, and the Blue Jays, I will tell you, they had to practice in the gymnasium last night. They did not get to practice outside. They practiced in the gymnasium last night because there was a soccer game on the field. A little surprised they didn't go to Al Simpler Stadium, but they ended up having to practice in the gym last night, so they did not get to field the ball in that cooler weather last night.
Here we go, 3rd down 11 for the Blue Jays. Good point. Xavier drops back, rolls to the near side, wants to throw, dumps it up in the left flat, pass is caught by Holloway out across the 45 of Emporia, and that is the 1st down catch.
That's a good pass, and Tyree Holloway, we've seen him. He's the 2nd leading receiver on this team, and let's not forget also about DeMarion Sellers. With TJ out, there's still some good guys for Xavier to throw the ball to, because also in there, Josiah Delva's been playing a lot of receiver too.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Xavier takes the snap, darting off the right tackle, lunges forward to the 40, a gain of 4. 2nd down 6 coming up.
So that right there, you saw number 44 for the Blue Jays getting the start at fullback, and he's going to have to get through there a little quicker, Tyreek Byers, because he just learned that Xavion's going to run him over if he doesn't, but he went to make the lead block and did a good job, but Xavier took him with him for about 3 more yards.
Delva comes by left, Holloway in the right side. They're going to throw it out in the flat. Pass is caught by Sellers inside the 40. 1st down rush inside the 35. Down to the 33-yard line to keep that chain moving.
I love Xavier right there pushing the guys, saying, let's go, keep moving, move those chains. He's excited. He's the guy that's going to have to step up and be the leader with TJ out. He's probably going to be that guy on the offense, and you just saw it right there. I love that right there.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Twins left on the near side, 2 receivers. Xavier takes the snap, goes up the middle, inside the 30, powering forward to the 27. Gain of 6 on 1st down.
That's that play just off tackle right there. The quarterback power, fullback leading through, or sometimes right there they pulled the tight end, and they will do that. They will pull Logan Navis. He was a guard last year, so he can pull. They'll put him at the tight end spot and let him lead block, and so he's a very effective lead blocker for the Blue Jays, just a junior.
2nd down coming up, 3. Xavier running right behind the lead blocker has the 1st down rush to the 20-yard line of Emporia. 3-0 Spartans, 6:12 to go in the 1st half.
So that time, same play the other way, and but they ran away from the motion. Sometimes they'll do that, but Logan was lining up at the tight end on the right side that time. Now the Blue Jays are going to go trips left.
1st and 10, 21-yard line of Emporia. They put one in motion, Sellers. They play action fake it. Xavier keeps it off the right tackle. He's got it down to about the 17, so a gain of 4 on 1st down.
So they faked the jet sweep to the receiver from the left side, and then Xavier just ran right between the guard and the tackle right there. And we didn't really mention, but pretty sure that's the regular starting offensive line. We've already mentioned the tackles. We'll get the guards in there in just a minute because Ryan McCreath is starting again because Jude Peterson's out.
Second down, Blue Jays rush Xavier again. He's the workhorse. First down rush into the secondary, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. That's a good run.
Well, this is what he did against Washburn Rural, too. He just kind of took the game over. I want to go back to those stats because he was the all-purpose yardage leader in that game for the Blue Jays. He threw the ball in that game for about 90 yards and rushed for about 50, and then he also threw the ball for 172 the next week against Topeka
West. To Xavier rushing off left tackle. A lot of room. He's up in it at the 1. Just about punched it into the end zone.
That just goes to show you, though, that was a great open field tackle that time. I believe it was at number 21 for Emporia. It was a very nice tackle. Caden Galbraith, he's a senior.
Flanked by Cooper Bogenhagen on the left. 3 receivers on the near side. They're snapped. Xavier dives forward. I think he's short.
Yep,
he is
short.
Not in the end zone. Now to be third down inches.
So they just tried to go right behind the center that time. Emporia takes a timeout right there.
Timeout taken. We'll keep it here with 4:49 to go in the first half. It's been almost really on the ground the whole way.
Well, Coach Zimmerman will do this. He likes to. He'll power at a team. He'll try and wear them down, and that's what he's trying to do right now is just go right at this Emporia defense. Couple of plays outside, couple of passes outside, but for the most part, he's been running his quarterback. Probably not going to see too many fullbacks carry the ball tonight because they don't have a lot of carries in varsity. In fact, we saw one earlier where the fullback fumbled it. So Xavier is going to be the fullback playing quarterback, and we've all seen that before over at K-State with a guy wearing purple by the name of Colin Klein. And so that's right now they're just running the Klein type offense and the Collinator, and that's what Xavier's doing right now. He's just lining up as a fullback at quarterback, and then they're throwing the ball every now and then outside to his receivers.
Blue Jays still huddled up around Coach Zimmerman. They literally have the tip of the football just shy of the goal line. Power forward who put that ball in for 6. Emporia defense comes out. Keaton Tuttle has given them his instructions. Now the Blue Jays march down to the football.
We're going to give Xavier a name. We're going to call him the Feltonator. How's that?
All right, that'll work. Cooper Bogenhagen, Xavier Fulton in the backfield. Logan Nabus tied in on the left or near side. Now he'll move, switch to the right. There's a snap to Xavier, rushing off right tackle and stop a yard shy.
That's what they can do. Emporia read that perfectly. You can only run that play so many times, and don't think Emporia hasn't been ready for it. Now it's 4th down. Now is Coach Zimmerman going to go for the touchdown, or is he going to try and get the points with the field goal?
He'll go for the touchdown.
It looks like he will right here. He can't run the same play again probably, though. That's the same play that they've been scoring on all season. Well, is that half the distance? Looks like there was a penalty of some kind.
Blue Jays go for the ball, 4th down from the 1-yard line. That's where they spot it down. One chance to put it in the end zone. And we got Moden on the left side tackle. 5 yards. Junction City will have to back up just outside the 6 now to bring on the field goal try.
Yeah, they are. They're going to kick a field goal here.
Pretty good defensive stop by Emporia after a long Blue Jay drive. The ball between the 6 and 7 yard line. So Aiden Field will try to kick the field goal. His first attempt tonight. We'll see where they spot it. Now they're going to put it down about the 7. He'll be kicking from the 14. So a 24-yard attempt coming up. Demarion Sellers will be the holder. Aiden trying to tie the football game. Get set. Officials are ready. There's the snap. It's good. Kick is on the way, and the officials say it's good. We're tied at 3. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Just the way you want it? It's just the way you want it.
Rex's Auto Sales is your hometown best choice low price car dealer. They make it easy. They'll help you find the perfect car just the way you want it. That's what your hometown best choice low price car dealer does best. So if you want it made easy, see your hometown best choice low price car dealer, Rex's Auto Sales, today at 1539 North Washington Street in Junction City or online at rexsautosales.com.
It's just the way you want it.
And we're back at Welch Stadium at Emporia State University. A 24-yard field goal by Aiden Field has tied the ball game with 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the first half. Real important defensive stand, I think, right here for Junction City.
Well, they just need to turn this game around. They got some points, but listen, Emporia did the same thing to Seaman. I'm telling you, this Emporia defense is no joke, as the Blue Jays saw. Very similar to the Blue Jay defense. They're going to bend but not break, and they get tougher as you get closer to the goal line. And right there, they did it to Seaman last week, just held them to 1 touchdown touchdown offensively in that entire game.
Blue Jays kick off from the 40-yard line, going right to left, south to north. They kind of squib it down the far side, high kick down the far side, back to the 9-yard line. Emporia bringing it back up the middle and across the 30. The Blue Jays finally make the tackle at the 35-yard line. 2:46 to go, 3:46 to go in the first half. I said 2 a minute ago. That's a bifocal error.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, they kicked that down to about the 9 at the number there. And Emporia blocking that well. We talked about this. Emporia has very good special teams. You've seen it. 2 onside kicks they recovered last week against Seaman. They've already done it to the Blue Jays on their first kickoff after their touchdown tonight. And twice now they've gotten good returns against this Blue Jay football team, or this Blue Jay kickoff team, because that one right there was caught at the 9. They get it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 35 from Emporia toward the left side, far side of the field. They try to run Geitz again. It's mainly a quarterback run game for both teams. He gets 1 to the 36.
Yeah, they're just running an option right at the Blue Jays. Option. Sooner or later, the Blue Jays, we've talked about this, will do a good job. And right there, Blue Jay defense stepped up. But this Emporia offensive line is playing much better this week than they have the last couple of weeks, and got to watch a little bit of the Washburn game, but I really focused on that Seaman game because I wanted to see what Emporia was doing to Seaman. And their defense they're very good at their tackling. They're mechanically sound tackling. They were fairly assignment sound against Seaman, and they did a good job, their secondary, at cutting away a lot of those passing lanes. And so their coaches have done a good job making adjustments. They have a first-year coach this year, Dewey. We've talked about him. We did it a little bit on the way down here. He is a good coach and has done a nice job so far tonight preparing his team, and actually the last 2 weeks against Seaman and against Junction City.
Officials have changed the clock, now putting 3:29 up. The official called timeout and signaled up to the scorekeeper. Here we go, 2nd down for Emporia. Blue Jays rushing hard. Pitch out on the option right. The Blue Jay defense right there. They'll stop Emporia for a loss of about 1.5 yards. It'll be 3rd down, nearly 10.
There's the adjustment, though. Coach Ty Zimmerman has decided, and we've watched this in games, he'll do this at times. If teams are going to run the zone read, he will send an outside linebacker, whether it's Keegan McConnell or Holloway, from that nickel spot, or he's also not afraid to blitz the middle linebacker some. We'll see him also send Diego Eisen some, but he will blitz. And what he does when they're running that zone read, he will go to the point of the attack, the mesh point. Attack the mesh point, make the quarterback make a decision, and they're making it a little tougher, so that's the adjustment the Blue Jays are making.
3rd down coming up for the Spartans. Big stop here for the Blue Jay defense if they can get it. 2:40 to go, first half. There's the snap, back to throw. Geitz rolls out right, going to throw it deep down the side. Parker Lee's wide open. 1st down, Blue Jay territory. Inside the 30, down to the Junction City 24-yard line. That's the go-to guy at receiver.
Well, and he's good, and we've talked about this. Cam Geitz is a good quarterback. Run the zone read. He threw some deep balls last week against Seaman, and right there, the Blue Jay corner and the safety on that side were caught by surprise.
1st and 10, inside Blue Jay territory. They march the football back upfield to the 27-yard line. One receiver wide right on the near, one in the slot. Parker leads. He's the guy you must be aware of at all times on the field. Long count. Geitz dumps it out in the right flat on the near side. Pass is caught, but Derek Keys inside the 25, just barely. Gain of about 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
He'll run the ball hard. I was very impressed with him last week, watching him run the football. Number 8, 5'9", 160-pound junior. He's very fast, and he had a couple of nice kick returns last week against Seaman.
Well, they picked up a little bit of a yardage, and it'll be 2nd down coming up for the Emporia Spartans. They're going to try and see if they can put something on the board before halftime. Here comes the play call in from the far side. Keaton Tuttle sending it in with Parker Leeds, who was out on that last play. Leeds will line up wide left on the far side. 3 in the backfield. Geitz 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, rolls left. Wants to keep it on the option, pitches out wide left. It kind of bobbled by Keys, but he gets the ball back and manages to rush it down inside the Blue Jay 20. He just about lost it on a fumble.
That was a late pitch and a long pitch, but he made a good pitch. My goodness, he pitched that very late, and that was a little bit of a dangerous pitch because it was so long, but Keys did a good job getting underneath it and getting close to the 1st down. But this Blue Jay defense, again, this is starting to look an awful lot like that Seaman game, coming down to field goals and all that. The Blue Jays really would be in their best interest not to let Emporia get any more confidence and score a touchdown right here.
3rd down 1 coming up for Emporia. 1:35 to go. First half in a 3-3 ball game. They're inside Blue Jay territory at the 18-yard line. Spartans will have 2 plays to go for that first down. Geitz up under center. The offense is set. He turns. They hand to the fullback, and he's going to be stopped short. They're going to push him back to the 20. That's a loss of a yard. 4th down and 2 coming up for Emporia.
Well, that was just very well read by that Blue Jay front right there. You saw Diego Ice and the Mike linebacker get in there. You also saw Quavion Gilmore, the Will linebacker, get in there, and also Elijah Clark Boyd. And so several Blue Jays read that and read it well.
Well, Junction City, can they hang on one more time?
Watch the pass here.
All right.
They're going to kick a field goal.
They're going to bring the kicker.
Sorry.
We didn't catch that.
No, they didn't. They're going to kick the field goal.
It's going to be a 27, 37-yarder.
There you go. And he's got the leg to do it.
Yeah, he does. 50 seconds left in the first half. There's the snap. It's down. The kick is on the way.
It's going to be roughing. He made it.
And he made the kick.
Is the flag coming out or not?
There is no flag.
Okay.
6-3 Emporia. Junction City down with 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Emporia will kick off to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it's interesting, though, because I'm just a little surprised that we have not seen, and I wonder if they'll end up putting Banks at that fullback spot a little bit and let him run the football. Xavion's not going to be able to run the ball the entire game like this. We're going to have to see somebody else carry the football, and wouldn't surprise me in the second half to see Randall Banks maybe get back there at that fullback position some, because he's very good at running the ball between the tackles. In fact, he's the second leading rusher right behind TJ as far as yards per carry. Both TJ and Randall Banks average 5.9 yards a carry, and so I would like to see him give Randall Banks the ball a little bit, let him run it some.
Malik Williams on the far side, waiting on the kickoff from the 40. 43 seconds left in the first half.
Blue Jays had a shot at returning a punt earlier. Let's see if they can do one right here on the kickoff. What they need to watch, because onside, I'm telling you, Emporia tried it twice last week, recovered them both.
There's the kickoff off the tee. They squib it downfield. Blue Jays trying to field it and finally pick it up at the 14-yard line. Tyree Holloway goes up the right side. He's got a lane. He's free, folks. He could be gone all the way. One man to beat behind him. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Junction City, and no penalty flags on the field.
That's what you needed. That was incredible. Oh, there is a flag back at the
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, geez, at the 16, 17-yard, 18-yard line.
That would have been, an 86-yard return.
The thing about it is, I just want to say, and if it's a hold, it's a hold. If it's an illegal block, it's an illegal block. But this is what I want to say. It is far, far away from the play, because the play went to the right. You saw a great block by the Blue Jays, and so it would have been away from the ball. But, in fact, it's where the ball was picked up originally, right in front of that. So I guess there could have been a block right there, but no call yet. Looks like the Blue Jay offense is coming back. They call an illegal block.
Yes, they are. Illegal block on Junction City on the play. They'll bring it back.
That was an outstanding run by Holloway. That's a shame, because that is the first return for touchdown that the Blue Jays have had this season. Coach Zimmerman's asking, what's going on here?
That penalty was on the other side of the field, like you pointed out.
Away from the point of contact, which we talk about that, but still, a penalty's a penalty. I'm not going to fault the officials for that call, but I think what Coach Zimmerman is saying is he called that from this side of the field. So I think his thing is that he said that looks like the block was called over across the field, and it was made by the line judge on this side. So
they've taken the football back to the 9-yard line of Junction City. 30 seconds left in the first half. Blue Jays trail 6-3 as they trot the offensive unit out.
It's just a matter of time before the Blue Jays get control of this game, and they will.
Junction City sets up in the shotgun look. Play action fake for Xavion. Wants to heave it. Does up the right side. And the pass is caught out there across the 40. And it looks like Tyree caught it.
That's
first
a great
down.
pass, man. He threw that ball, what was that, 40 yards right there? That was a nice pass 40-some yards, and then very well defended by Emporia, though. You can see their safeties getting up there. Xavion put that in a great spot. Great catch.
Here we go again. The Blue Jays working with 23 seconds left. They snap to Xavion. He'll keep it himself around the right end. Trying to get to the sideline. Doesn't do it. A little bit short. He is stopped just beyond midfield at the 49-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down.
So you've got 15 seconds. Do you want to try a field goal? You're probably going to have to get inside the 30-yard line would probably be a good bet. Not that Aiden can't kick a 40-yarder, but you probably want to get inside the 30-yard line. He did kick a 31 this year, but you probably would like to get somewhere around the 20, 25-yard line.
So the Blue Jays huddle up around Coach Zimmerman. Long timeout taken by Junction City, using all the timeouts they're allotted here in the first half. This is their third. They officially have a 2nd down 2 from just inside the 50.
Yeah, that was their... They have one timeout left, yeah. So they do have the one timeout left. So they could try a play, they could try a pass, and then still try and kick the field goal, but they're going to have to get, like I said, they probably want to get down around the 20-yard line.
Here comes Junction City, back to the line of scrimmage. Xavion Felton chugging out. He's been a workhorse here in the first half. You have 2 receivers, Damarian and Tyree, wide left on the near side. Malik Williams goes wide right. 2nd down for Junction City. 15 seconds left in the first half. Getting everybody lined up right on the field. There's a snap to Xavion. Back to throw. 3-step drop. Goes over the top to Navis. Caught it. Tied in at the 30. 25. 20. Trying to break free. Ankle tackled inside the 20 at the 19. Clock shows 7 seconds left in the first half.
They're going to go for it. They've got one more shot before they try the field goal. They're going to try for the touchdown here.
Clock has not started yet. The Blue Jays set it up again. Same formation. Then they down it with Xavion. Penalty flag.
Yeah, the Blue Jays moved. Gosh dang it. They tried to clock it. They haven't done that this year. They moved.
Official walks out on the field.
It's a great call.
It's on Emporia.
No, it's on Junction City. It's an illegal shift on Junction City. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. That's going to make it a little tougher field goal. It's going to make it about a 35. So
I don't think they'll go for the field goal.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what, I would.
4 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Get the points. They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
Wow.
They're going to take the football back out beyond the, looks like the 25-yard line.
It was motion is what it was. It was an illegal shift, so it's just a 5-yard penalty. They're
explaining that to Coach Zimmerman on the far side. He did not argue either.
No, they moved. No, you could see it.
Well, the Blue Jays head over to the sideline to talk with the coach.
Well, they took a timeout.
They're waving the flag off.
Oh.
And they're going to put the ball down at the 20-yard line.
Oh, they waved it off.
They picked it up and waved it off.
Wow. It was motion. You could see the line move before he clocked it. Well, I'll be darned. There you go. So Coach Zimmerman's got a decision to make. He's got 4 seconds. Do you go for a touchdown from the 20, or do you get the points and tie the ball game?
I think he goes for it. He likes to do that. Aiden could hit it from there.
Oh, sure. He's kicked a 28 and a 31 and a 24 on the season so far.
Interesting strategy here at the end of the first half. The Spartans on top 6-3 at halftime tonight. We'll hear about that multi-million-dollar video board at Junction City High School, the Blue Jays Stadium. It's huge, pretty impressive. They put some nice stuff on, and they're going to get even more sophisticated in the future. Defense is back out on the field for Emporia. The offense gathered around Randall. Marion Sellers comes out at a wide receiver. He'll be on the near side. Xavion Felton at quarterback. Blue Jays getting everyone set wide right on the far side. Josiah Delma, they're going for it on first down, 4 seconds left. Back to throw. Xavion being pressured, being chased. Going to throw it toward the end zone. Caught it. Touchdown, Junction City, Delva.
That is Delva's, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go back and look. Not only is that Delva's first catch of the year, but his first touchdown. So, hey, we question Randall Zimmerman sometimes and probably shouldn't. That was a great play call. They ran a bootleg to the left. They thought Xavion would go, and they ran across a long post, and got the touchdown. Great pass, great catch.
Here's the extra point try coming. Aiden Field comes on the... DeMarian's the holder. Snap is good. The kick is on the way, and I think he did get it. He did. And that brings an end to the first half. The Blue Jays, for the first time tonight, have the lead by a score of 10-6. We'll be back right after this.
Football Saturdays are back, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to gather your crew and meet at Power Cat Sports Grill to cheer on your Wildcats. Their menus packed full of your football favorites, including their legendary Wagyu beef burgers. Try the Hangover featuring bacon, cheddar, and a fried egg. Or for a little kick, try the Jalapeno Popper Burger. There's one for every taste. Plus, with 20 beers on tap, you won't leave thirsty. Bring your friends down to Power Cat Sports Grill, where legendary fans eat legendary burgers.
Homefront Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City, or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
And welcome back. We're at halftime. The Blue Jays have the lead 10-6. This halftime show presented by Junction City Abstract and Title. Brian, your first two-quarter thoughts.
Well, the Blue Jay offense finally starting to figure some things out, which is good. I think they're starting to play with a little momentum, realizing that they can move the ball on this defense. So a huge pass play. That right there, Xavion Felton, two really good pass plays. You had the pass play to Holloway to set it up, the long pass play, and then get the ball down inside of the 50 on Emporia's side of the field, and then they move the ball downfield with some runs, and then he makes a great pass on a great call. I like the play call. That was a good play call. What they did is they'd expected Xavion to run so much, so as soon as Xavion started to go, they brought the receivers from the right side across to the left on a bootleg pass, at the waggle or whatever you want to call it, but that was a really, really good play. We've seen the Blue Jays score on that in the past when they've needed to and kind of pull that out in certain situations, and right there we saw them do it. I'm not so sure that we didn't see him do this against Emporia last year, but a great play call, and Xavion having a really good game running the ball and throwing the ball. I'm going to guess that he's probably, I wish we had some stats, but I'm going to guess that he's probably got 70, 80 yards passing and probably 70 or 80 yards rushing in this football game.
I believe to this point it's his most impressive game of the season. Blue Jays lead at halftime 10-6.
I want to mention, Dewey, real quick. So, and it goes to show you because Xavion and TJ are really close and have been for a lot of years, and we talked about Xavion, somebody needing to step up to be that leader. Right now, that's Xavion Felton. He's doing a really good job.
Alicia Goheen, Jason Curtis are the guests at halftime tonight, talking about that expansive video board at Blue Jay Stadium. We'll bring you that interview, sponsored by Cloud County Community College, right after this.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. Junction City Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both closing and settlement all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. Junction City Abstract and Title is proud to sponsor Blue Jay Athletics and the athletes as they have worked hard to stay safe during an unprecedented year. Have a great year both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office Supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office Supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office Supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at DellMotors.com.
If you're looking to catch up or get ahead, think about second session classes at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2021 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 11th and end December 9th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campuses in Junction City and Concordia and are perfect for students who want to pick up extra credits at an affordable rate. Contact our admissions team today to get enrolled in our second session classes. Stay close and go far with Cloud County.
Welcome back to our halftime report, sponsored by Cloud County Community College. Tonight, we're focusing on that brand new video board at the Blue Jay football stadium. Jason Curtis, Alicia Goheen are with us, and welcome in, first of all.
Thank you.
Good to have you both here. And Jason, I'll kind of let you start. I know you're all working to learn how to use the facility, but you've done pretty well with it so far.
Yeah, it's been quite the learning curve of getting the understanding of it. We've had training with the video board people, which Daktronics made the video board, so we've had training with them, and their representative that came and helped install it has showed us some things, and then we have students working on creating content, and but yes, it's quite an undertaking.
And Alicia, tell us your role in connection with the video board.
So I'm the one that changes the videos, but then I've made a lot of the content, the videos you've seen for our military appreciation and interviews with students. As we're going into the future, I'm going to focus on content and try to tell the wonderful stories that are going on here at our high school.
Take us into that process, how you create the content. To me, that's fascinating.
Well, it's essentially the board allows us to create videos and just project anything you would see anywhere else. So, for instance, with the military appreciation interviews with the students, we videoed them, interviewed them, edited it, put the sound on, and then you stream it through the board. But what's great is we're able to be a little bit more interactive with our community in that for the military appreciation, we had more than 12,000 hits on our Facebook site asking for information from alumni who had served or are serving in the military, and all of them were able to send photos and what their service record was, and we were able to for those that sent photos, we were able to feature them as well. So we're hoping to have a lot more interaction with the community as we can request information and then get it in front of people as well.
When those videos and those photos surfaced last week during your halftime presentation, there was a lot of oohing and awing in the crowd, a lot of clapping. People knew some of those folks.
Yeah, those were recent graduates. Those were long ago graduates. I think it's always fun to have such a mix of people because, you know, high school is an important time in people's lives, but we move on. And if you can make a connection and remember, and then see some of the achievements that people have had, that's always nostalgic, and it always brings up good memories.
Jason, you're working with the students, I know. Take us into that part of the process.
Yeah, I teach graphic design classes, so I have 3 levels of that, the intro, and then the regular graphic design, and then advanced graphic design. So my advanced graphic designs are basically, I'm giving them content, things I need done, and it's just like a internship type time in my class where they work on individual things. Like tonight, I have students working on graphics for the soccer senior night. And then next week we're working on senior night. Alicia's doing some senior night things. And then I also teach the video classes. So I don't know by football, but by basketball, because there's also a video board in the gym, there we'll have cameras and hopefully be able to do some replay and have live video up there as well once all the construction and wiring is ready to go, and we'll have video and the students will be on cameras and running that.
It's like a kid in a candy shop for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's awesome.
Talk about the inputs you had in helping put this all together.
A lot of it I was done before I was here. Last year, I went to tour at a school in Kansas City that has some video board.
You know, if we're talking about the history of putting things together, I think we've got to give credit to Matt Westerhouse and our administration, because they put on a fine show every single game. Matt cares about the way that people experience our games. He cares about the attitude and the way that we interact in competitions, and he wants things to be first class. So when he was putting together the board and the plans with the architects and those types of things, I mean, no other school in Kansas has these resources, and he wants them to be utilized all the time and really showcase the great things that are going on. So definitely he was very important in that public perception and the way that we showcase who we are and what we're doing here at the high school.
What about the sound? It's very loud. You can hear it all over the stadium, just nice and clear.
Yeah, the sound's amazing. I don't know like how many speakers or what. I know we have to turn it down on some videos because it's so loud, and just, you know, getting all that set up properly is like such a learning curve. But I think Alicia and I have got it where we're pretty much now just waiting for cameras, and then we can have even more things to show.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the point where we can live stream as well. So you go to a football game at K-State or the Chiefs even, and they have games during breaks and fan cams. I think those will be so fun to introduce once the equipment is set up correctly, and then that'll allow us to get our students really involved.
So you'll have cameras out in the stands, various locations in the stadium?
Yeah, we'll have them on the game, then we have the cameras that will show fans and, you know, cheerleaders and be able to move around.
That sounds like a lot of fun. How many kids are involved in helping with all this? It has to be a lot.
A lot of kids, a lot of classes, many different classes.
I can say that we do want to use the video board as an opportunity for the community to put in some advertisements and really showcase the other things that are going on. So, you know, in the past we've been able to do physical advertisements and earn some money for athletics, but now we'll have digital advertisements as well, and those opportunities for the community. So if community businesses or organizations want to sponsor a timeout, or if they want to do a touchdown drive or even just halftime or pregame advertisements, we want to be able to accommodate people. And you think about when people come together in our community, athletics at the high school bring in a lot of people every single week. So we're excited to give voice to the businesses in our community as well.
What kind of feedback are you two receiving on this? This is quite a project.
I think it's just like the rest of the school. People are in awe of this place, and I think are very proud of what we've put together as a community. So very positive. I think once we get these other cameras hooked up and ready to go and have trained more kids so that we can utilize them, I think they're just going to be so pleased with the fan experience.
When you go to a basketball game this winter, either one can comment, what are you hoping to have for people to see?
We're hoping to have like pregame videos, you know, starting lineups, games during timeouts and halftime, live camera, some replays, advertisements. We're waiting for, you know, that has to be board approved. So that all needs to go through approval process. But we're hoping to be really like a college game atmosphere, getting to that point.
So eventually you could watch the game, see all the action out in the stadium. You could see the commercials. You could live stream the whole football game. Is that kind of the eventual end result you're after?
Yeah, we're really focused on the in-game experience and what's happening around people, so that even if you are a family and you bring your 2-year-old and they aren't entertained by the game itself, maybe they'll enjoy, you know, find the basketball under the jersey. I don't know, you know, just the silly games that you have that keep people engaged.
Eventually, we might do live streaming, but right now we're focusing on the in-game content of Daktronics, the video boards and stuff. And I should also add that Daktronics does a lot of video boards for colleges and professional teams, and there's opportunities for our students to get involved in this, to get hired by colleges and get scholarships to go to colleges and work on the college atmosphere, the college video boards.
Your kids are going to have a leg up.
Yes, they will.
Alicia, final thoughts.
I just think the video board itself is entertaining and eye-catching, but it really is, how are we investing in students and how are we giving them experiences that will prepare them for the future? That's what we're about here at the high school, and as Jason mentioned, if you have 2 years of experience working on a video board, that's more than most people have going into college. So many opportunities for our students, opportunities for businesses in the community once things have been passed through the board and approved. It's just a really exciting time.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back at halftime right after this.
If you're looking to catch up or get ahead, think about second session classes at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2021 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 11th and end December 9th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campuses in Junction City and Concordia and are perfect for students who want to pick up extra credits at an affordable rate. Contact our admissions team today to get enrolled in our second session classes. Stay close and go far with Cloud County.
Carpet One of Manhattan would like to thank all of Manhattan for voting them the #1 carpet and flooring store in the Reader's Choice Awards. Carpet One of Manhattan is here to bring you the best quality products like carpet, hardwood, ceramic tile, and more. Your local Carpet One has the area's largest selection of flooring at affordable prices. Find the perfect flooring for your remodel this fall when you shop your locally owned Carpet One of Manhattan, 501 Fort Riley Boulevard.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. Junction City Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both closing and settlement all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. Junction City Abstract and Title is proud to sponsor Blue Jay Athletics and the athletes as they have worked hard to stay safe during an unprecedented year. Have a great year both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
If you've had past banking challenges, it's Central Time. Start over with a financial partner who can help you adapt in an ever-changing world with New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life for the way you live today. Find out more. Check New Opportunity Checking at centralnational.com. Account opening subject to qualification. Restrictions may apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
And welcome back to Emporia, where the Blue Jays have a 10-6 halftime lead over the Spartans. And Brian Field, you've been scouring the stats.
I have a little bit. I was able to get some numbers from our friends over there from Emporia. They helped us a little bit with their stats, and then we had a few here too, and so put some together. But the Emporia broadcasters, good guys. It's always fun to come down here and see them. So the Blue Jay touchdown drive, we just want to talk about that. That was a 5-play, 91-yard touchdown drive, of course, capped off by the touchdown pass from Xavier Felton on the bootleg pass to Delva, and of course he had the long pass play, the 50-yard pass play to Tyree Holloway, which was a great pass. But just to mention a couple things, Xavier Felton, so he's 15 carries for 79 yards, so we were pretty close on his rushing yardage, but 15 for 79 in this game, and he's 5 for 7 throwing the football with 110 yards passing. So that's really good. Holloway, the leading receiver, 2 catches for 47 yards, and of course Xavier, the leading rusher. Blue Jays had 189 total yards of offense in the first half, and so they finally started to turn things around. Obviously, their first 3 drives, the first one ended on a turnover on downs. They did not get into the end zone, and then they fumbled on the next 2 ensuing drives, and then finally they got the field goal by Aiden Field. That tied the ball game 3-3, and so then, of course, they got Emporia got another field goal, so it was 6-3, and then, of course, the Blue Jays with that touchdown drive, the 5-play, 91-yard touchdown drive that ended on the touchdown pass, and so the Blue Jays do lead at 10-6. For Emporia, I want to mention, though, 4 for 12 is Cam Geitz throwing the football. Leads as their leading receiver. He has 4 catches for 70 yards. But 74 yards rushing in the first half for Emporia. That is the most rushing yards that they've had over the last 3 weeks, more than the last 3 weeks combined in the first half. So the Blue Jay defense allowed some rushing yards, which was uncharacteristic and a weak spot for Emporia coming into this game. And they get more rushing yards in the first half in this game than they've had the last few weeks combined.
All right, here we go. Starting the third quarter, the Blue Jays have a 10-6 lead over the Emporia Spartans, and Junction City will be receiving the kickoff. Malik Williams going back deep on the far side. On the near side, Randall Banks back at about the 10-yard line. Junction City needs to get some momentum going here early in the second half. That would really help their cause.
That touchdown catch by Delva was not only his first catch of the season, but of course his first touchdown. So how about that? Your first catch of the year ends up being a great touchdown catch.
Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. We're at 8:20 on your Friday evening in Emporia, Jack Welch Stadium. Comes the kickoff. This one sails deep. Randall's gone back to the 7-yard line to get it. Banks bringing it back across the 15, 20. Veers upfield across the 20 to the 23. 16 yards on the run back with the Blue Jay Jr., and it will be 1st and 10, Junction City.
I would really like to see Randall Banks run the football here in the second half. I don't think he has a carry. Yeah, he does not have a carry. Put him back there at fullback a little bit and put Delva in that slot receiver spot or something, and let's see if he'll run the football some, because Xavion, man, I'll tell you what, 15 carries already in this ball game, and he may have 15 more before the game's over, but it's going to be awfully tough. We need somebody else to carry the football just a little bit.
Xavion Felton is in there, and it looks like Randall Banks is in the backfield for the first time. 2 receivers go wide left. 10-6 Blue Jays, first offensive play starting the third quarter. They snap to Xavion, they give to Randall, slicing around the left end. Gets a yard to the 21.
You could hear the Emporia coaches there in the press box next to us. The Blue Jays did quiet them down a little bit there at the end of the first half, but right there, they knew exactly what was coming. They saw the way the Blue Jays lined up. They called that play, and the defense read it well, but the coaches saw it coming up here, so you know that they've scouted this Blue Jay offense well.
All right, here we go. Second down coming up for Junction City. They stop. They look over at Coach Zimmerman, sending in the play on the sideline. Yeah, Xavion from the shotgun set. 2 receivers come wide right on the near side. They snap to Xavion. They're going left to Tyreek. Round the end at the 20, 25, 30. Chugging ahead to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of about 9 and still be shy of the first down.
That's a great run by Tyreek right there. Actually, he got the edge, and he looks like he's a little faster maybe than Xavion, and so at fullback, that's a good run by him that time, and we talked about it. He's 5'10". That can't be right. No, we'll get different.
Third down coming up for Junction City. 1 receiver goes wide left on the far side. Nabis comes in motion toward the right side at tight end. The offensive line is set. They're going to run the ball. Fumble. The ball's picked up by Xavion, but it'll be dropped back at the 25, and they're lucky to keep possession. Well, Junction City, for the third time tonight, has to deal with a fumble.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure who was he handing that to. Blue Jays are going to have to come on and punt right here. Who is going to punt? Number, is that 41, Danny Gordon? Danny Gordon is the backup kicker, too, behind Aiden. And so he looks like he's going to punt now. But I wanted to mention Tyreek Byers. He's 5'8", 160. That was a good run by him, but unfortunately the Blue Jays fumble on the next play.
Deep end from Emporia back at the Spartan 43-yard line. Good snap. And they get the kick away, kind of a line drive kick, bounces at the 42 of Junction City, across midfield, and the Blue Jays down it at the Spartans 44. We'll take a 30-second break here and be back right after this.
Just the way you want it? It's just the way you want it.
Rex's Auto Sales is your hometown best choice low price car dealer. They make it easy. They'll help you find the perfect car just the way you want it. That's what your hometown best choice low price car dealer does best. So if you want it made easy, see your hometown best choice low price car dealer, Rex's Auto Sales, today at 1539 North Washington Street in Junction City, or online at rexsautosales.com.
It's just the way you want it.
First and 10, Emporia rushing the football. The quarterback trying to keep it and is stuck back at the 43. Be a loss of 1 yard. Second down 11 coming up for Emporia.
Yeah, but we talked about the adjustment, and that's what they did. They blitzed Holloway that time again from that nickel linebacker. And so what they're doing is they're attacking that mesh point. That's how you beat the zone read. And they've been running that zone read a lot tonight and the speed option. The Blue Jays are going to attack that. Now, I want to mention, too, that was a nice kick by Danny Gordon, that punt. We've seen a lot of different guys punt for the Blue Jays. His is a little different. It was a line drive punt, tried to get it to go end over end, and he did a nice job. That was a pretty darn good punt for Danny Gordon's first punt of the year.
All right, here they go. Second down coming up for the Emporia Spartans in their territory, middle of the field. They snap to guys, rushing play. Kind of a scamp rush up the middle by Derek Keys across the 45 to the 47, gain of 3. It'll be third down 7 coming up for Emporia.
Rudy Vargas did a great job scraping down the line from his end position, reading that well, and in on the initial contact and also making the tackle Diego Eisen. So your Mike linebacker and your left end right there doing a great job reading that play. Actually, Rudy's playing the right end position, so he didn't scrape. He just attacked the point.
Sheldon Stewart, Fred Jackson coming in at a receiver spot for Emporia.
Now they're going to flip them back. You got Rudy Vargas and Elijah Clark Boyd flipping ends a little bit like they do sometimes.
Bobby Trujillo comes wide left in the slot for Emporia. From the pistol set, snap back to Geitz, rolls to the near side, dumps a pass in the flat, caught at the 50 into Blue Jay territory, across the 40, but Parker leads and down to the Blue Jay 39, 38-yard line. That's a nice big pickup at 14 yards.
Same play that they've had a lot of success with tonight, and that's just something. The Blue Jays at the corners, though, they'll give a lot of cushion. They're willing to give up the outside on those pass plays. Their corners will play. They'll play that cover 3 a little bit, and they'll have their corners play deep and give a big cushion. And so sometimes that underneath route works well, especially if the linebackers are occupied with another assignment. If it's a play action, it works well, and that's what Emporia is doing there.
First and 10, Blue Jay 38-yard line. They give it in the backfield, and no gain this time for Emporia. Good reaction by the defense.
Rudy Vargas and Quavion Gilmore right there. Quavion is the will linebacker, Q they call him, and Rudy Vargas again from that right end position. Rudy's having a good game tonight reading those plays, and we've seen both actually defensive ends having a nice game tonight because Elijah Clark Boyd has 2.
Derek Keys carried the football for no gain for Emporia. Second down 10 coming up.
Bracanye Stewart has been playing pretty much, it looks like, that whole game at that nose guard position.
Sheldon Stewart goes wide right for the Spartans. One on the slot. They move in the near side. Parker leads. Quarterback keeps it. Didn't have a place to go with it. And they'll tackle him. Forward progress back at the 40. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah. So what they're doing, the Blue Jays, they're spying the end. It looks like maybe they're even spying Rudy Vargas, but they're spying an end on the quarterback. That's how they're going to stop that option play. That's what they're doing, is they're blitzing the mesh point on the zone read, and on the option, they're having those ends just go right at the quarterback. They're doing a better job of it than they were in the first half, and they adjusted the way that they're actually attacking the line of scrimmage. And so they're angling more rather than going deep and forcing the play inside. They're actually trying to cut that off. And so that's an adjustment that the Blue Jay coaches have made, Coach Ty and Coach Z.
Jackson now goes wide right. Fred Jackson wide left for Emporia. They snap back to Geitz, who rolls to the right under heavy pursuit. Throws a pass behind, picked off. Blue Jays have the interception at the 39. Back across the 45, 50. Coming down the near sideline, 35, 30. And down to the 26-yard line of Emporia. Junction City gets the interception that time with Quavon Gilmore.
Yeah, that's Q. We've named him a couple times here on this drive. So that was a bad pass. That's an uncharacteristic pass by Cam Geitz, but that was right at Quavion Gilmore, but Quavion, of course, made a great catch because it was right at him, but it was the run after the interception. We've talked about this. The Blue Jays do such a great job blocking, turning from defenders to offensive blockers on those interceptions when that's called. Great play.
Davion Felton sets the offense, takes the snap, rolls left around the end, cuts upfield to the 20-yard line. Nice rush, gain of 6 on first down.
Blue Jays also read that. They knew it was going to be a pass because Quavion dropped back into pass coverage at that middle linebacker position. So that was well read by Quavion, and then he saw the ball, caught it, made a great run. Right there now the Blue Jays second down and 5. That was a good run by Xavion.
3 receivers come wide right to the near side. Holloway, Sellers on the 2 side on the edge, Randall in the slot. Rushing play again, right between the tackles, sliding forward near the 15. Looks like a first down rush. Xavion carried the football.
He did get the first down, Dewey.
All right, they'll move the chains on the far side. And Junction City again punching toward the end zone.
Yeah, and so we kind of wanted to mention, we started to mention the starting offensive line. It's the usual offensive line. You've got Logan Lindsley at center. You've got Petron Bartolome at the right guard. Right tackle is Garrett McCreath. We'll do the left side in a second.
Here they go. They pitch back to the left side. Randall Banks coming around the left end at the 10. The 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Jays.
They were just saving him for the second half, Dewey. So what that was a reverse. Very well run play. It was blocked incredibly. Now they're calling this back. There's a flag down at the 11.
11-yard line behind the rush.
What's the call?
It's coming back.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what.
You know, Brian, you get all excited and we do something, and then they get a flag.
Well, yeah. That's twice they've had big plays called back, too, and both on holds like that, which you're going to see, but I did not see it. I did not see any hold. I was watching that. I thought that was a very nice block by Logan Nabus out there. Unless they called that on him, it really surprises me. But that was a great seal, a great block, and I did not see a hold right there.
First down for Junction City, but back at the 21-yard line after they mark off the 10-yard penalty. Trips right, three receivers on the near side. They snap it back to Xavier. Another penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. This one's on Emporia. Somebody lined up wrong. 5 yards given back to Junction City, so nice little gift. That'll put the football down to the 16. Again, first down for the Blue Jays. 5:28 to go, third quarter. 10-6, Junction City has the lead. Randall Banks in that backfield. Junction City's got Xavier Felton. Cooper Bogenhagen's on the field. Banks goes in motion. They run Xavier behind him. Turns upfield inside the 15. Powers it down to the 12 for a gain of 4. It'll be second down, Junction City.
So, Randall Banks, I just want to go back to that. It was reversed. It looked to me like it was very well blocked there. Probably was some kind of a hold, I guess, at the point of attack there. But that block looked awfully good to me. But either way, you can see Randall Banks' speed, and I think they're just saving him. You'll start to see him get more involved in this offense here in the second half, Dewey.
Here we go. Second down for the Blue Jays. Left hash on the far side near the Blue Jays side of the field. They snap to Xavier. Good room right up the middle. Spins out of one tackle. Inside the 5. Powering with the legs. Down to the 2. First and goal, Junction City.
He is so strong. Not only did he make a spin move right there, but he took 2 guys about another 3 yards once he got inside the 5. And that's a great run by Xavier. Good hard run. He's very motivated tonight, having a great game. And of course, these Blue Jays all are because T.J. Jones, they're missing him tonight. It's taken him a while to get into sync, but you can see that he's motivated.
Offense is set. They snap to Xavier, rushing off right tackle. Touchdown, Junction City.
There it is. You crash the tackle. So Garrett McCreath did a good job crashing the tackle. Fullback leads, and that's the same play the Blue Jays have run for a touchdown so many times this year. Great play. Touchdown, Xavier Felton.
Hayden Field on to kick the extra point. Demarion Sellers will hold. 4:24 remaining in the third quarter. There's the snap. PAT try is on the way, and it's good. We'll take a break here for 30 seconds, and we'll be back right after this.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at dellmotors.com.
Hayden Field getting set to kick off for Junction City. That touchdown drive, of course, set up by an interception off of quarterback Cam Geis, and the Blue Jays then drove it in for the score. And now lead 17-6. Field, hands on hips, standing at the 40-yard line, waiting to kick. Here come the officials. They have to bring a football. He didn't have one. It's one of those things. Got to have it.
Again, little things. Officials, too.
You've analyzed that well. All right, Blue Jays getting set to kick off.
I don't understand that.
You got to have football to play.
I just don't understand that. I'm sorry. That makes no sense to me why the officials would not have a football right there.
All right, here we go. Aiden's ready to look. All right, heads toward the football. Angles the kick high toward the far side to about the 28. Blue Jays down there. Ball's loose, and I think Junction City.
He started to signal. He started to signal Junction City.
Yeah.
We've seen that work for the Blue Jays. You know, when Aiden lines up like that, he's going to kick it high. It's a high coverage kick down to about the 25 or the 30. They want it right in there between the numbers and the sideline. If it goes out of bounds, fine, is what they tell him. But what happens is the Blue Jays hustle downfield because they know it's there. The up back stopped. He turned and looked at the deep back. Are you coming to get the ball? No. We've seen that work so many times for the Blue Jays this year. They've gotten the ball on that twice this season, and they almost did it again right there. That's their version of a deep onside kick.
First and 10 Emporia. They're 27 after recovering the kickoff. 17-6. Blue Jays on top. 3 down linemen, 4 backers. They snap to Geitz, rolls left in the backfield, tucks it and run up the middle, takes a hard hit. Pretty tough kid, but goes to the 29-yard line. He'll gain 2.
He's a good quarterback. I don't want to take anything away from it, but you can see Diego Eisen was fired up. He's like, that's enough of that. So what they're doing, early in the game, the Blue Jay middle linebackers were over pursuing a little bit on that option play, and you saw Cam Geitz cut in back inside, and that's where they were having their success running the ball. The Blue Jays, of course, made an adjustment, told their inside linebackers, stop that, and Diego Eisen read that perfectly and made a good tackle.
All right, here we go. Second down coming up, and 8 for the Emporia Spartans. Trips left, 3 receivers on the near side, 1 going wide right. Geitz will turn, play action, dumps it out in the left flat, overthrows the intended receiver back at the 28-yard line. Trying to get the ball to Jackson Dial.
He's another good receiver for them, Dial is, and he's their second leading receiver.
So the Blue Jays trying to hold on here. 3rd and 8 coming up from Emporia. Geitz ran over to his sideline, talked to his head coach, Keaton Tuttle.
Yeah, he goes over to get the plays. Coach Tuttle's done a really nice job, though, having Emporia prepared. The last 2 weeks, you can see that their coaching staff has done a nice job preparing their team to play Seaman and Junction City.
All right, here we go. 3rd down 8. From the I set, 2 receivers come wide left.
No.
Blue Jays were jumping, no penalty flag. Geitz rolls to the left, being chased and spins out of 1 tackle, and then they wrap him down at the 28. Good defense by Junction City. It'll be 4th down and 9 for Emporia.
So Vargas in there again. You saw some pressure that time by Elijah Clark Boyd. You saw Diego Eisen getting pressure on him. So he was sacked, I think, 3 or 4 times last week by Seaman. In fact, one was they ended up having a safety on a punt that was snapped out of the end zone. Emporia did. But right there, the Blue Jays got some good pressure and got the sack that time.
Alex Salamang is kicking from the 15-yard line. Drops the snap. It's on the turf. Picked up by Emporia, but it's 4th down. It'll be Blue Jay football at the 17-yard line of the Spartans. There's a huge break.
Well, it was, but we saw the Blue Jays do that earlier, too. And so, the game's changed. The tide turns. You see that happen, and that's kind of what I hate to say because Emporia has kind of been their M.O. is mistakes. They're in a ball game. They play tough. They come out and play a great first quarter, a pretty good second quarter. In the second half, their offense usually tends to break down. But their defense is still good, and that's an uncharacteristic special teams mistake by Emporia because they do have a good special teams, and their punter's a good one.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line for Junction City. Trying to score again. Xavier takes the snap, pitches back to Randall Banks around the left end, upended at the 16 after a gain of 2.
Well, and that's what I mean right there. That was a nice tackle that time. I believe that was number 10 for Emporia. Alex Alamang, he did a nice job right there. He's a sophomore, coming in making a tackle. And Emporia very, very good mechanically at tackling.
Everybody turns, looks over at the Blue Jays sideline to get the next play call. They wave the arm, left, right, up and down. They jump once, and they kick the right leg. Now, what's that mean? We don't know. Snap back to the quarterback. They hand it off to Randall up the middle. Found a gash inside and goes inside the 15 down to the 12.
Another really good tackle. Cooper Bogenhagen led it through the hole right there, so that was just a 4-hole lead play or a B-gap lead play. And they're giving the ball like we kind of thought maybe, or at least we wanted to see, is to Randall Banks more to get him involved in the running game here in the second half, and that's what they're doing.
3rd down coming up for Junction City. 3rd down 5. 17-6. Your Blue Jays up late 3rd quarter. 1:45 left in the period. Xavier at quarterback. Randall working behind him at tailback. The handoff, play action. Going to throw it deep in the left corner, and the pass just too high, too far.
Tried the fade right there to Demarian in the left corner of the end zone, and so third down. Now will Coach Zimmerman go for the touchdown, or will he kick the field goal? He looks like he's going to go for it here.
He's been going for it all night, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. That's okay. I mean, it worked last time. It might work again, but that ball was just a little bit overthrown to Demarian right there. They tried to fade to the left corner, or to the left side of the end zone, that corner back there, the back corner.
Everybody taking their time. That clock stopped with 1:34 left in our third quarter. Now we're ready. One receiver. Holloway comes wide right. Sellers wide left. Savion's going to throw over the top and overthrew Logan Davis, incomplete. It will be Emporia football at their 12-yard line.
They tried the tight end post, and he does have a touchdown on that this year, Logan does. But again, Coach Zimmerman twice now deciding not to kick the field goal, going for it and not getting it. But the Blue Jay defense right now doing a really good job against Emporia's offense, and so that's what he's going to gamble on. We've seen Coach Zimmerman do that a lot, and he trusts his defense, and so he's okay not getting points right there because now Emporia is deep in their own territory, and the Blue Jay defense, if they can get another turnover right here, force another turnover, Emporia has turned the ball over on their last two possessions.
1st and 10, Emporia at their 12-yard line. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Guys came up under center, now backs up. 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Quick pitch, underhand pitch to the near side. Going to be up across the 12, 13-14 to the 15-yard line for Emporia. They'll gain 3 on first down.
So right there you saw that's an adjustment that the Blue Jays have made. Their inside linebackers, their Mike and Will linebackers, Diego Eisen and Quavion Gilmore doing a good job now staying home watching that a little bit better, and they're able to stop that play because that was a play that Emporia had a lot of success with in the first half.
Blue Jays lead by 11. Emporia breaking out of the huddle. Fred Jackson was the ball carrier on that last play. 4-down lineman this time for Junction City. Geist turns, a handoff, straight dive play, goes absolutely nowhere, no gain. It'll be 3rd down 7.
Running play.
Next Friday night, we're at home at Blue Jay Stadium against the Highland Park Scots in the final regular season game. The next week there'll be a playoff game. Most likely that first round will also be at Blue Jay Stadium. I think, Brian, we're done with Thursday night ball games.
Yeah, I hope so. There could be a possibility where we could end up down in Wichita, in the Wichita area, possibly for a playoff game where it could be on a Thursday night, but we'll just have to see how that works out. Wichita East could be a future opponent for us like they were last year in the playoffs. They're having a pretty successful season. In fact, they beat Garden City last week, and Hayes beat Dodge City last week.
Third quarter has come to a close. We'll be back right after this.
Just the way you want it? It's just the way you want it.
Rex's Auto Sales is your hometown best choice low price car dealer. They make it easy. They'll help you find the perfect car just the way you want it. That's what your hometown best choice low price car dealer does best. So if you want it made easy, see your hometown best choice low price car dealer, Rex's Auto Sales, today at 1539 North Washington Street in Junction City or online at rexsautosales.com.
It's just the way you want it.
Carpet One of Manhattan would like to thank all of Manhattan for voting them the #1 carpet and flooring store in the Reader's Choice Awards. Carpet One of Manhattan is here to bring you the best quality products like carpet, hardwood, ceramic tile, and more. Your local Carpet One has the area's largest selection of flooring at affordable prices. Find the perfect flooring for your remodel this fall when you shop your locally owned Carpet One of Manhattan, 501 Fort Riley Boulevard.
This is Blue Jay football on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Third down coming up for Emporia as we start the fourth quarter. The Blue Jays on top by a score of 17-6 tonight, trying to improve their season record to 6-1, and these are the final telling 12 minutes. How will it go? Well, Junction City right now in the driver's seat.
And I want to mention, so they've got Emporia deep in their own territory. A couple of big games last week. Of course, we played on Thursday, so some of us went and watched Washburn Rural beat Manhattan. That was a good football game. And Garden City, who had the one loss, lost to Wichita East last week. And Dodge City, who had the one loss, lost to Hayes last week. And so now the Blue Jays in the driver's seat in the top four, and we should have a home game next in the
Guys want to throw deep, looking down the side, could be picked off. It is. Interception for Junction City back at the Blue Jay 48. They bring it back across the midfield. Still on the run for Junction City. Terrence Tedley Terrence Tedder across the 30, the 20, still weaving between the defense, and they're going to finally tackle him inside the 5 at the 3. What a return.
So, again, that was, first of all, that was great because we've talked about how he gets positioned like a basketball player for a rebound, and a lot of times he's in front of the receiver. It makes you nervous, but he out-jumped the receiver. He jumped up, got the ball at its apex as it was coming down before the receiver could get it. Then he, again, did a great job reading his blocks and running. One of the things the Blue Jay defense does incredibly well, and there's always a sign you call OSCE or whatever you call it, bingo, there's always a name for it. Once you intercept the ball, all of a sudden you have to turn into a blocker, and that's what you do. And the Blue Jays do that so well because they get a lot of good interception returns.
Here we go. Xavier takes the snap, rolling around the left end. Couldn't get to the end zone, goes to the 1. He gained 2. It'll be second down goal. And Xavier down on the turf.
Yeah, that's why I worry a little bit when he...
There's a reason to worry right now. David Rowell, the starting quarterback at the beginning of the year, has been out with a rib injury. Expecting him back next week. Xavion's shaken up.
And I'll tell you what,
is the next quarterback on the list.
Yeah, he is, and that changes the Blue Jay offense dramatically because Brock does not run the ball much. Brock can throw the ball pretty well, but that really changes the Blue Jay offense dramatically.
Looks like the cramp.
Let's hope that's all it is.
It looks like it. That's good.
I just, gosh, you're a little gun shy right now. We're missing TJ. We've been missing David Rowell for the last several weeks. Griffin Bohannon got hurt early in the season, and so we're a little thin in the backfield right now. And Brock is plenty capable. Brock is a good passer, but Brock is not the runner that these other two quarterbacks are, and so it really changes that Blue Jay offense a lot.
Randall Zimmerman immediately got out there to check on the status of his quarterback. They tell the players to back off.
It wouldn't surprise me maybe even to just see him run a wildcat, just run the wildcat formation right here, maybe to Randall Banks or somebody maybe, and go with just without a quarterback on this play.
The offense headed over toward a couple of the assistant coach. Still talking to Xavier. Now, he'll probably have to come out for a play.
Yeah, he'll have to come out for at least one play.
Randall talks to the official, explains something, pats him on the arm, and very cheerful exchange.
Well, no, and the officials they've done a good job. Every now and then you hate to see on a big play, clear a block that's way away from the play, the point of contact on the play. You hate to see great plays like that come back. And the Blue Jays had a kick return called back tonight, and then, of course, the great run by Randall Banks on the reverse that was called back, and both times it looks like it was totally away from the play, so that's why you hate to see that because the team makes a great play and they come back, but again, gosh, Xavier, they're really stretching that out, and he's had a lot of work tonight. He's probably carried the ball 5 or 6 more times. At halftime, he had 15 rushes, so he's well over 20 rushes. He's thrown the ball a few more times. He has been the Blue Jay offense tonight, pretty much. Like we said at halftime, Xavier had 15 carries for 79 yards rushing, and he was 5 for 7 for 110 yards passing, and the Blue Jays had 189 yards, so he had 79 of the rushing yards, and he had 110 of the passing yards, so he was the Blue Jay offense in the first half.
Having some problems still working on Xavion's leg.
It's just a bad cramp. They're trying to make sure they get it worked out.
You ever get one of those?
I got some cramps, yeah. We talked about stingers a few weeks ago. That's something I didn't experience, but I saw some people get. But I had a cramp a couple of times. I played my junior year. I remember having a quad strain for a pretty good portion.
I remember
of the
now. I'm talking about now. Do you ever have any now?
Cramps now? No.
You ever get one and hop around, and you're not really happy?
No. You know why I don't get a lot of cramps, though, Dewey? Because I've had kidney stones, and so I drink a ton of water because I do not want to have them again. So I drink a lot of natural lemon, and I drink a lot of water, and so that's probably why I don't get cramps.
Xavier Felton is up and is being helped off the field. He is limping, favoring his right leg. It's kind of stiff, and Junction City will come out with the football, second down and goal.
Brock is in at quarterback.
Brock Bazan is the quarterback. Let's set him up now. Let's run the play. Bazan getting set to take his second round of snaps this year. He came in a couple of weeks ago for a few minutes in the fourth quarter. One receiver wide right. Bazan standing back at the 5. They shift Banks and Davis to the right side also. Rocket quarterback takes the snap. The handoff in the backfield, and the touchdown is there. Cooper Bogenhagen rushed off right guard, right tackle into the end zone. The Blue Jays expand the lead.
So Cooper Bogenhagen, his first touchdown of the season. So what they do is they ran pretty much the same play that they run with the quarterback, but this time they ran it with the fullback, Cooper Bogenhagen. Cooper Bogenhagen with his first touchdown.
So the Blue Jays bring Aiden Field on to kick the extra point. Snap is high, but the kick is blocked. They do not get it away. There was a high snap. They got it down, but not enough time for Aiden to set and kick. And we'll break here for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Automotive.
Well, we've got 11 minutes, 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the Blue Jay lead currently 23-6. Disappointed about the block PAT, but still a good field possession.
But and there was a snap. Demarian did a great job on the last snap. It was way behind him to his right, and he was able to get it and get it down free to get in. But that was the one that the kick barely made it over, and so that's a couple of snaps, and that has plagued the Blue Jays a little bit this year. But Emporia did a good job getting penetration that time too.
So Junction City preparing to kick off from the 40-yard line. Aiden angles it toward the right side. Goes pretty deep down to about the 16-yard line. We're bringing it back across the 20. And the Blue Jays are there to make the tackle at about the 23-yard line. Demarian Sellers made the stop for the Blue Jays. 1st and 10 Spartans. Now they need some offense right now.
Yeah, and in fact, they've 2 turnovers on their last couple of drives, and the Blue Jays have taken advantage. But again, Emporia did a good job moving the ball in the first quarter. But what they were doing was they were cutting the option. They were running the zone reading the option. On the speed option, they were cutting it back inside. So they were blocking the end and the outside linebacker out and cutting it back inside, and the Blue Jay inside linebackers were over pursuing just a little bit, and it worked. The Blue Jays have corrected that now.
Here we go. Rudy Vargas, right defensive end for Junction City on this play. Cam Geis will keep the ball, rolls down the line, cuts it upfield himself across the 25-30 and out to the 32-yard line. Pretty close, about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, and so right there they were able to get Diego Eisen blocked. He went after it, so that's an adjustment. Now, just adjustments. That's what it is. The coaches up here making adjustments. Diego Eisen did the same thing he did on the last time they ran that play, and he went in to go get the quarterback, but they had a guard step out and block him, or a tackle. And so that's just a nice adjustment by Emporia.
2nd down 1 coming up for the Spartans. Right hash on the near side. They snap it. Quarterback keeps it himself around the end, has the first down rush across the 35 and out across the 40 before being driven out of bounds. 1st and 10 Emporia. They need to get the ball downfield in a hurry.
Well, it would be to their advantage, yes. I mean, they've got time.
They've got to have 3 scores.
Yeah, they do. But, I mean, they could things can happen. The Blue Jays have turned the ball over 2 tonight, and so you just never know what's going to happen. But, again, you don't want to rush so much that you make a mistake either, and so you just got to trust your offense here.
Lights are on in the dorms overlooking Welch Stadium. I'm sure students on a Friday night intently studying. 1st and 10, Emporia from their own 41-yard line. I was one of those once. There's a pitch out on the near side. The Blue Jay defense is good. Running back ran into his blocker.
Well, his blocker thought that it was I don't know what he thought. Gain. His blocker actually tried to tackle him.
They go back to the huddle, and one's asking the other, what are you doing there?
It was their guard that pulled. I think he thought maybe it was a Blue Jay, and he turns around and he started to tackle his own guy. That could have been a bigger gain for Emporia right there.
2nd down 9 coming up from the 42-yard line. Their side of the field for Emporia. 23-6, Junction City. 9:50 to go in the ball game. The offense and defense set. 3 down linemen for the Blue Jays. They pull the linebackers in tight. Snap. Quarterback rolls right. Heavy pressure and sacked. He is dropped back at the 30-yard line. Junction City got great pressure that time from Jalen Holloway.
So what they did, the Blue Jays had not blitzed. They had not blitzed for the last series in the first few plays of this series, and right there, instead of blitzing, a lot of times you'll see him blitz Keegan McConnell. That time, they blitzed the nickel linebacker, Jalen Holloway, and he did a great job, went through totally untouched, and got to the quarterback faster than Cam Geis thought he was even going to get there, and Geis just didn't have any choice right there what to do.
3rd down 18 for Emporia. Blue Jay defense in control right here. Geis takes the snap, rolls back, 3-step, 5-step, now rolls to the near side under some pressure. Going to be way shy of the first down. And 4th down coming up for Emporia.
Well, and that was just, again, Jalen Holloway doing a great job. So you had some Blue Jay defenders pursuing the quarterback, forcing him into the sideline. Jalen Holloway, instead of rushing forward, knew that he had to go a long way for the first down. He just broke down and got in a great position to meet him. A good form tackle, forcing him out of bounds. Another great play by Jalen Holloway.
4th down coming up for Emporia. Let's see what they do here. They're kind of in a desperate situation with 8:48 to go.
Well, they are at this point. They're going to have to throw the ball. And listen, that's the thing. These Blue Jays safeties, Blue Jays going to go with looks like maybe a cover 4 look right here. They've got their corners pretty darn deep, making sure that they don't get the deep play here.
4th down, nearly 20. Low snap, saved by Geis. Rushing out of the pocket, right side, and tackled from behind. Dropped at the 30. Good tackle that time by Diego Figueroa.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think the Blue Jays are spying the middle linebacker, the Mike linebacker, on him, because as soon as he started to take off, you saw Diego take off after him. So Diego is mirroring by a spy. I think what they're doing is in certain situations, they're using the Mike linebacker to spy the quarterback, and that's how they're stopping that option. That's why Diego has been in on so many tackles in the second half and later in the second quarter, because he's the one that they're using to stop that quarterback, and right there he did an outstanding job and made a great tackle.
Here comes the offense on for Junction City. 1st down for the Blue Jays. Brock Bazan has stayed in at quarterback for Junction City. He'll get that offensive unit set. Looks like Tyreek Byers in the backfield with him. Brock takes it, reverse, pitch coming to Randall Banks around the end, cuts it up middle of the field, angles right to the 10, to the 5, and I think he's in. Yes, touchdown, Junction City.
So, and we talked about it. That's how it changes the offense. But right there, Brock with a nice little pitch, just a reverse. They used him from the left side to the right side, just a jet sweep, but it's a pitch jet sweep, and it was a great block out on the edge by the Blue Jays. The receivers downfield did a good job. It was read well. Nice touchdown by the Blue Jays.
Hayden Field on to kick the extra point. Sellers will hold for Junction City. Snap behind him. He gets it set down anyway. The kick is on the way, and it's good. We'll break here for 30 seconds, and we'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the post-game show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
Here we go. Junction City getting set to kick off. Leading 30-6 now. We're Emporia, and you got to feel a whole lot better than you did when it was 3-0 back in the first quarter.
Well, the Blue Jays have just taken over, but I want to mention too, Dewey, after this kickoff, the 2 students that came tonight to run the live stream, they're doing an outstanding job. And in fact, last week they were working on trying to get the score up. This week, they figured it out pretty quickly. Des did, and we'll mention their names here in a minute. They're doing a great job tonight. 2 students from Junction City High School, one a junior, one a senior.
There's the kickoff, kind of going short intentionally down to about the 27. Big return by Emporia back to the 31-yard line will be the forward progress for the Emporia Spartans on the return. Christian Trujillo, a freshman, brought that ball back.
So Donnie Pangolinen and Des Mendonez. Donnie is a senior, and Des is a junior. They are here tonight running the live stream for us, doing an outstanding job. They got it all set up, Dewey, man. They were right on it tonight. You and I were a little worried. Weren't really sure what was going to happen. Man, they came and got that thing set up. We talked to Randy Stewart, the engineer, a little bit. He helped get them with a couple things, but they came on. And then the score last week wasn't also. This week I asked them about it, and they said, well, we don't know how to change it. It still said the Chargers from the Topeka West game, and Des sat down, and when I went back in there, she had it figured out right before the game. So great job tonight by the Junction City High School students.
1st and 10 for the 31-yard line for Emporia. They snap it to Geitz, throws the pass in the right flat to Parker Leeds. He gets up the sideline, across the 40 to the 42. That's a first down rush. You know why they did that so well? Why we didn't? They're smarter than we are.
Yeah, oh no, I'm not the technology thing. That's not my side. I have trouble working my cell phone sometimes. So, no, they did a great job, and we went to go pick them up, and you could just kind of tell they looked like they had plenty of confidence when they got in the truck with us. And so, face mask on Junction City, darn it.
That'd be another 15 yards downfield, the 5 yards. It's inadvertent, so it goes to the 47.
Leeds is a good receiver, and he made a great catch right there and a good move after the catch to get some extra yardage.
They're setting the sticks at the 47-yard line. Guides went over to the sideline to talk to Coach Tuggle. Now here they come back to the line of scrimmage. Ball's in the right hash on the near side. 47-yard line of the Spartans. 1st and 10. 30-6. Blue Jays up. Low snap. Guides saved it. Pitches out wide right, and they don't get much. Maybe a yard on the rush. It'll be 2nd down coming up. Derek Keys carried the football that time. Didn't have much chance, really. Caught the pitch late coming from Cam Geitz.
Continue the play.
He'll reset it again. Here comes Geitz back from the sideline. He runs over and talks to his coach really fast.
That's what he does. So instead of running a play in with different receivers or just doing the signs like Coach Zimmerman does, he just has his quarterback come over to the numbers, and he's allowed to take a step or two out onto the field. He'll get away with that, the coach, and then get his play in.
2nd down coming up. Geitz drops back, rolls right under some pressure. Going to lob it down the side of the field, and the pass incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
That's a smart play right there by a senior quarterback. He rolls out. He realizes nothing's there, throws the football well out of bounds so nobody can get to it. I like him, guys. I'm a little disappointed this may be the last time it will be because we won't see them in the playoffs. Emporia is a 5A team, but disappointed this is the last time that we'll get to see Cam Geitz play because he's a good quarterback, Dewey, and I've really enjoyed watching him the last few years.
He's been there forever and ever and ever.
He runs this offense well.
He knows it.
Well, I just like his leadership. I like his headiness. He makes very good plays, but he also makes great choices.
3rd down for the Spartans from their 47. Geitz rolling left. Stops. Going to throw deep over the middle. Pass caught. 1st down at the Blue Jay 32.
So, again, right there, though, and that was just a great, what he did is he ran out and he just sat down in front of the safeties. Blue Jays giving a cushion there, the bend not break. But Diego Eisen, again, as soon as the quarterback took off to go step across the line of scrimmage, you saw Eisen. He was in pass coverage. He took off, and that's what opened it up. Is it somebody hold? No.
It's coming back.
That's too bad. Emporia doing a good job moving the football. It's a great
eligible receiver downfield.
You hate to see a play negated like that, darn it, because that was another nice
You were in
play.
such a great description mode. I mean, you're just going crazy.
Well, Diego.
Then you just got to stop.
That's okay, but Diego stepped up. He was back in pass coverage, and he did a nice job making Cam throw the football because Cam was going to take off. Diego, the spy, he's the guy. As soon as he started to come towards the line of scrimmage, Diego took off and forced him to throw the football, but it was a nice play.
4th down coming up for Emporia because of the penalty. 4th and 10. Guide scampering out of the backfield, rolls right, going to heave it long downfield. Ain't nobody down there. Incomplete. Blue Jays will take over at the 47 of Emporia.
So Atriel Baker back there for the Blue Jays on the coverage, and also number 3, Tyree Smith. Atriel Baker is a backup safety. We've seen him play some at safety, and he does not. We've not seen Michael Boganowski tonight, and so we've had Chaz Ruffin play safety tonight. We've had Sean DeBleek play safety tonight, and then Atriel Baker. Also back there, like I said, Tyree Smith. So you had 2 guys that were deeper than the deepest receiver, and that's important. That's what you do right there in that situation. Just make sure that he doesn't get past you. If he catches it in front of you or makes some kind of a catch, I guess that's fine, but just make sure that you got a guy or 2 behind him. And the Blue Jays had 2 guys behind him right there, so if he would have caught it, they still would have been able to make the tackle.
1st and 10, Junction City, 47-yard line of the Spartans. Brock Bazan has stayed in at quarterback. Xavier Felton looked like he had a cramp problem. They took him out of the ball game. There's the snap. Byers gets it in the backfield, rounding the right end. Spins that through a tackle and comes down at about the 41 for a gain of 6. And I just wonder if Coach isn't being cautious with Xavier. You lost T.J. Jones last week, and you don't want to lose Xavier.
No, there's no reason to. You're fine. You're up by 24 points here. You got 6 minutes, 19 seconds. And Brock needs some time on the field. Brock needs some experience. I think Roel will be back here in the next week or 2. We're planning on him being back, I think. But still, Brock needs some experience. And I want to mention, too, I've been impressed so far with Tyreek Byers on the last 2 runs.
Here we go. 2nd down for Junction City. Another rushing play. trying to bring it outside. Byers that time is going to be dragged down for a loss back at the 45.
Well, that's just a great play that time. Emporia's numbers are hard to read. I think that's number 29 for them. No, they don't have a 29, so they're those red numbers on those black jerseys with the white outline sometimes are hard to read. But
Dick Buckus on the last stop for Emporia. The Blue Jays face 3rd down and 8 now.
There you go. It was a great play. I'd love to give the kid's name.
Junction City sets the offense from the shotgun. Byers stays in the backfield. Long count. Blue Jays late subbing a player in. Ismail Fadiga comes in at a wide receiver. They pitch out wide, going right, round the end, inside the 45 to about the 41.
Right. That's Lozaya Autry. He's a sophomore. He's another one. So he's 5'3", 125, but he's really fast. He's another backup A-back, and he's a guy that we thought would get some time tonight at that A-back
penalty flag on the play.
Up on the Blue Jays.
They're walking back up field. Illegal procedure.
Okay.
Cost him 5, wipes out about a 3-4 yard gain.
So 3rd and
5:13 to go. We'll talk to Coach in post-game. We always do that. Dell Motors brings you that interview.
3rd and what, about 15 here it's going to be?
No, they're going to have 3rd and 12. 3rd and about 8.
Yeah. Oh, okay, they're way up there. No, they got to move the ball back, don't they still? What was taking them so long? What are they talking about?
They're waiting to mark off the penalty. You're right.
Well, what are they waiting for?
They don't know. They're still talking. It's conversation. Now they're coming over to the Emporia side of the field, talking to the coach briefly.
Is he going to decline that?
Yep, they're going to put the ball down at the 41. The Blue Jays on 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down. That's why. That's what they were talking about. It makes you wonder. So 4th down and 4, they're going to decline it. The Blue Jays here have an opportunity. They're going to punt or go for it. Blue Jays will go for it here with 5:11 left. They're up by 24.
I pretty much come to the conclusion that's what the Blue Jays do all the time now. They just go for it on 4th down. 4th and 36, they're going for it. Junction City snaps it back to Brock, comes down the line, pitches out wide right to Byers. They're going to be shy. They got inside the 40 to the 39, but still a couple of yards shy.
The Spartans hold.
Yeah, the Spartans get the football back. Right now, though, not much time left. 4:57 on the clock. Junction City with a 30-6 lead here over Emporia. They trailed most of the first half, just took the lead in the closing seconds of the half, 10-6 at the break. Crowd kind of quiet here at Welch Stadium. You know, you can feel the chill in the air tonight for the first time.
It feels like, I was going to mention that before the game, it feels like fall finally. It feels like football, Dewey. And, of course, we always play Emporia later in the season, and we come down here later in the season. It's always finally cool, but the heat did hold on this year a lot longer than normal.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 Spartans. Left hash. Guides, rolls right, wants to stop, now being flushed, comes to the near side, veers it back upfield. He'll keep it, the Blue Jays tackle him at the 38, so it's a loss of 2 after all that scrambling.
Atriel Baker, though, came up and made a nice tackle. And finally, Rodney Coleman, we see him in there. He hasn't been at nose guard a lot tonight. I was kind of curious about him, but he is in there, number 30. He's a junior, and he's been pretty much the starting nose guard all season, but the Blue Jays also have gone to a 4-man front here, and they've done that a little bit here in the second half because you've also got DK Oscar in there playing some nose guard, and so Blue Jays putting 4, well, they got 3 up front now, and they've moved, yep, they're going back to 3.
Jackson Dial goes wide left on the far side. Guides looking for help. Rolls right, tucks the pass on the sideline. Emporia trying to move the ball downfield against Junction City. And they're going to put it at the Blue Jay 49-yard line after that pass play.
Yeah, so the Blue Jays have decided to start getting some other guys in. Danny Gordon's in there at the Mike linebacker. You got Eamon Strickland in there at the Will, or it looks like he's playing the nickel linebacker. You've got number 54 in there for the Blue Jays, Jordan Montero. He's a sophomore defensive lineman. We mentioned DK Oscar.
1st and 10, Emporia at the Blue Jay 49. There's the snap. Guides again rolling the throw. Going to heave it deep down the right sideline. And it's picked off, incomplete, almost picked off by Junction City that time. They had their hands on the football back there. They had Tyree Smith.
Yeah, Tyree just had to go right through. The way it was coming down, because there was a lot of loft underneath that thing, the way it was coming down, you almost had to feel it like a kickoff, but because it started to wobble a little bit. But that's an interception. Maybe could have been had, but still, 2 Blue Jays back there that time, Atriel Baker and Tyree Smith. And as a free safety covering the middle, that's it. You're as deep as the deepest man. If nobody comes into your zone, you go over and help the deepest guy on the outside, and that's what he did right there. Good play by Terrill Baker.
2nd and 10. Guys wanting to throw. Comes down the line right. Fake the pitch. Down the sideline, they force him out of bounds near the 40. The penalty flag on the tackle.
That surprises me.
Came on the sideline.
Well, he just went down low to hit his legs, and they're going to call that on Terrill Baker. I'm not real sure about that.
Ball's marked down on the 40 after the play, but you look for some penalty yardage here. Yeah,
they're calling. Well, they're pointing at Terrill, but what he did is he went down low because he wasn't sure if he was going out of bounds. That's
personal foul.
Personal foul, Junction City.
The hit came right as he was going out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, I understand, I guess, going for safety, he went low right there, but that's what you're trained to do as a safety. You go low a lot of times on your open field tackles, and he was going down the sideline. There was no guarantee he was going to go out. It was one-on-one, so I'm a little surprised by that call. I don't know. I'm just going to stop talking about it, but that's, to me, I don't understand that call at all.
15-yard penalty on the Blue Jays. Takes the football down to the Junction City 25. 1st and 10, Emporia. They picked up 10 on the gain, another 15 on the penalty. Quarterback sets, the senior. Turns, keeps the ball himself, rolls the line. Quick pitch on the option to Parker Leeds. Down the sideline, inside the 15. Gets inside the 10 to the 9. So Emporia trying to score late. 3:15 to go in the ball game. Junction City is in command of this game, 30-6.
10-yard line, good for another first down.
Guys coming off the sideline now, heads into the huddle for the Spartans. The defense might be a little bit tired. They've been out there a lot tonight.
Well, they have, but they've been doing that all season long.
Derek Keys in the backfield next to Geitz. Rolls the line, quick pitch ahead. And Parker Leeds has got it inside the 10. Weave between the defense down to the 5. It'll be 2nd down goal. Emporia trying to make the score more respectable. That's about what this amounts to late in the game.
Well, it is, and it's fine, and you got the 2nd string guys in there getting some experience. I want to go back to that last call, though. I mean, I
wouldn't worry about it.
Well, no, but the Blue Jay players playing hard here. You got your 2nd string guys in, and Terrill Baker comes up and makes a great play.
Here we go. 2nd down goal. Spartans approach the 5-yard line of the football. Trips right, 3 receivers on the near side. Offense is set with a shotgun look. Geitz takes the snap. Wants to throw. Rolling right. Going to throw it into the end zone. Ball tipped away. Incomplete. Pretty good pass defense, I thought, by Junction City that time. Sean DeBleek.
Yeah, Sean DeBleek's the starting safety. He came in and did a really nice job right there. And great read. Got his hands up, knocking the ball away. Nice play.
That brings up 3rd down goal.
He's back there playing safety with Terrill Baker right now.
Expect another pass play into the end zone.
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many things you could do right here. They could run an RPO, that little out pattern that they've run over here to number 4, their receiver. He's done a really nice job for them tonight. Parker Leeds. It wouldn't surprise me to see him throw the ball to Leeds right here.
3rd down goal from the 5-yard line. Geitz wanting to throw again under heavy pressure this time, and they sack him. That penalty flag comes in. He's sacked at the 18.
They're going to call. That looked like a horse collar right there by Rodney Coleman. That's unfortunate because he had him, and that's exactly what they're going to call as a horse collar right there.
Flag came out immediately on the tackle.
You could see it. That's a good call there.
This will take a long time.
But that's what they were doing. He was going for Leeds in the slot. Leeds was running. It looked like a post route from the slot, or not a post, I'm sorry, an angle or corner route, and like on a little fade, and then you had the other. Yeah, that's the horse collar call. The outside receiver was running more of a slant, and so that's what they were going to do, a little combo route right there, and they were going to try and get the ball to Leeds in the corner, I think.
Take the football down to the 8-yard line of Junction City. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Rodney knew it. He patted his chest as soon as he did it.
Snap to Geitz. Again, rolls right. Dumps the pass to Leeds in the right flat. Eludes 2 defenders, but they rig it down. The ball's out. And what are they going to say? I think they're going to let it keep playing.
Yeah, Blue Jays got it.
Blue Jays have got the fumble.
Yep. Okay.
Fumble on the fly, recovered by.
So Junction City stops another touchdown drive for Emporia. put the ball at the 11.
Well, I hate to see that for Leeds because he's been such a good receiver all night, and he's the leading receiver on this Emporia football team. Did a great job catching the ball, put a couple moves on a Blue Jay down there, and then somebody that came up put the helmet, it looked like maybe on the ball, and it popped free. But Leeds having a good night. You hate to see that happen to him.
Well, Junction City will bring the offensive unit out, and I can tell you right now their goal is to run that clock down. Some of the offense started out in the field early, and Coach Zimmerman says, get back here. 1 minute, 52 seconds remaining in the ball game. Junction City gets ready to run the offense. Brock Bazan has gone quite a bit of the distance here in the fourth quarter at quarterback. They set up with two receivers. Look for them to run the football. They're going to hand off in the backfield, rushing play up to about the 15-yard line for the Junction City Blue Jays. Carrying the football that time, Braden Smith.
Yeah, he's another kid that he's a junior. He's a running back, 5'6", 135. He's another one that was mentioned who would maybe rotate at that A-back spot or that fullback spot just a little bit tonight with Lozaya Autry. And so, of course, Cooper Bogenhagen's played there. Coach Zimmerman talked about it being by committee. You also had Byers playing there tonight. And actually, Tyreek Byers, I was impressed with the way he ran the ball a few times tonight.
Here we go, second down for Junction City. Zahn looks over at the side. Twins right on the far side, two receivers. Zahn's going to hand off in the backfield. Going to take it across the 15, up near the 20-yard line. Pretty good rush that time for Junction City by Lozaya Autry.
That was blocked pretty nicely by the right side of the offensive line. Got some different kids in there, too. It looks like on the offensive line that I want to mention, Dewey.
Less than a minute to go.
Number 74 is in there for the Blue Jays. That's Vinny Underhill playing left tackle. You got right guard. Looks like is, they need to move out of the way so we turn a little bit towards us. They're at a different angle. I'd like to get these kids' names in there because that offensive line did a really nice job blocking on that last play.
Third down, less than a yard for Junction City. 50 seconds left in the ball game. Blue Jays winning 30-6.
Letting the clock run down.
That's what you do here.
Play clock at 10-9.
Brock looks over, counts down, now takes the snap, get a running play. It's a first down rush across the 25. That'll stop the clock with 32 seconds left.
He'll be able to down it right here, so that's probably what you'll do. See the Blue Jays go to victory formation. Number 76 or 78 is that. That's must be Petron still in there playing the right guard, but Bartolome trying to see who's playing center. Is that 64 Dorian Coleman? Looks like he's a freshman.
Everybody gets to play when you got the game wrapped up.
Well, you just want to get some of these kids' names because it's exciting. A lot of them, this might be their first or second varsity action of the season, and it's just an exciting time for them, especially when you're a freshman.
So Junction City
That's it.
Goes over to the side and they let the clock run. And folks, that is the ball game. They just simply let it run down. Final score tonight: Junction City 30, Emporia 6. We'll back start post game right after this.
Find new roads at Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac. Easy to find. I-70 Junction City under that huge American flag. Hey, Willie Thornburg, lot looks a little scarce of cars and trucks out there.
Well, Bob, looks can be a little deceiving. We've had a steady flow of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers arriving constantly. The majority are just all spoken for before they ever get here. But, Bob, take a look at this. We've got a 2021 Silverado brand new double cab. Bob, this truck's got climate control, locking rear differential, trailer brake controller. It's got the 110 outlets in the bed, collision alert, emergency braking, pedestrian braking. Bob, it's a nice truck. It's only $41,155. And Bob, if you want to reserve your truck, if you want to take advantage of year-end tax savings, if you want to know what we've got coming in so you can take advantage of this, come see us under that huge American flag.
Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, I-70 Junction City.
We're back in postgame at Welch Stadium as we begin the postgame show presented by Valor Automotive. The Junction City Blue Jays win tonight over Emporia by a score of 30-6. And Brian Field, your early take.
Well, I think that Emporia did a great job planning for this game. They came in, they had their players prepared, their team. They did a good job offensively. They watched some film, obviously, and they had some things that worked early on the option. Cam Geitz was doing a nice job cutting it back inside against the grain almost a little bit, against those inside linebackers. But, of course, the Blue Jays made great adjustments and really, middle of the second quarter, took over the ball game and ended up winning 30-6. And really, honestly, the score, it wasn't quite as close. If you look at the second half, the Blue Jays pretty much dominated the second half of the football game on both sides of the football. But Emporia, they're a bit of a young team. Now, Cam Geitz, their quarterback, he's a senior. But when you take a look at their key players, some of their key players that they have on their football team, when you look at number 4, Parker Leeds, their leading receiver tonight, he's a junior. You've got number 8, Derek Keys, their running back. He's a junior. You've got, we all know, number 44, Bobby Trujillo. He's their fullback and their middle linebacker. He's just a junior. So I'll tell you what, this Emporia football team, I think, Dewey, is going to be awfully good next year. And we've seen them get better every week. They gave Seaman fits last week, and they gave the Blue Jays fits here for about the first quarter and a half of football. And then the Blue Jays got that big 5-play, 91-yard drive for the touchdown there in the second quarter, and that really changed the ball game. That kind of turned the tide, and you saw Xavier Felton running the ball hard, and then you saw in the second half, and we kind of thought they might, you saw Randall Banks start to run the ball a little bit, and the Blue Jays speed kind of took over, and the Blue Jay offensive line did a really good job tonight because that defensive front for Emporia is really good, and they gave Seaman fits. The Blue Jay offensive line did a really, really nice job tonight, Dewey. And I just want to mention a few of them again, if I may, because we don't say their name enough. TJ Osa had a great game blocking a couple different times tonight. Ryan McCreath is the left guard. You have Logan Lindsley as the center. You've got Petron Bartolome, number 78. He's just a freshman, Dewey, starting at right guard. And then Garrett McCreath, the junior, starting at right tackle. And then Logan Nabus, who's playing tight end. And he was a center early in the year. Last year he was a guard. He's a good kid blocking at the tight end position. So some really good blocks tonight. Cooper Bogenhagen had a nice block, did a nice job tonight blocking at the fullback position. He got some time in there, as well as Tyreek Byers. He did a really nice job blocking at the fullback position tonight. And so, TJ Jones, we're going to miss him the rest of the year. We needed some guys to step up. I think him not being out there affected these guys a little bit in the first quarter, but I don't want to take anything away from Emporia because they came in ready to play and played well. But I want to mention an emotional performance tonight. I think a lot of people know TJ Jones and Xavier Felton are pretty good friends and have been for a while. And Xavier was pretty upset at that game last week when TJ got hurt. Very inspired performance tonight by Xavier Felton. He came out and pretty much was the offense in the first half and then did a nice job in the second half. I'm really impressed the way he's throwing the football, but what's helped him a lot too is watching these Blue Jay receivers mature the last several weeks. And so the Blue Jays putting it together. Some other guys stepped up tonight that needed to, and that's what's important. And so that's what you're going to do. You got a good offensive line. You've got a quarterback that's gotten so much better. We watched him mature each week, and now you got some other kids who are going to have to step up with TJ Jones out because you do have Randall Banks who can play both fullback and the A-back position, but you need some younger guys to step up too. And then you've got DeMarion Sellers and Holloway at the receivers, Tyra Holloway, who do a really good job. And tonight, Delva got his first touchdown catch. Or first catch of the season that ended up also being his first touchdown tonight. Josiah Delva and also Cooper Bogenhagen playing fullback got his first touchdown of the season.
Blue Jays win tonight by a score of 30-6. We'll pause, come back with the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game right after this.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Valor Automotive.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office Supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office Supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office Supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
Homefront Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
Cleveland Ford is the home of oil changes and engines for life for new and pre-owned vehicles. You heard that right. Engines and oil changes for life on pre-owned vehicles. No one in the state of Kansas is doing that. Check out the great selection of trucks as well as certified pre-owned Ford Edges. At Cleveland, you will find that they stay true and honest with very competitive prices. If you're buying anywhere else, you're not saving with Cleveland. Cleveland Ford, home of engines and oil changes for life. Do some savings online at ClevelandFordofCC.com.
And welcome back to the postgame show. It is time for the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game, announced by Brian Field.
Yeah, so I think the obvious choice tonight we're going to go with. He had a heck of a game. We talked about it here just a little bit ago in our last segment. A very inspired performance. Number 8 junior quarterback Xavier Felton. And in the first quarter, we start calling him the Feltonator. I think we're going to see if that'll stick. But tonight, very inspired performance. He played very, very hard, ran the ball hard, and Dewey, his passing. I'll tell you what, looking downfield, his patience in the pocket, and he's not just trying to run when he throws. He's setting up, he's looking, he's working through his progressions. He had a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns tonight, and he threw a ball down that right sideline, or that far sideline on that play, or on that drive, the 5-play drive that was the 91 yards for the touchdown. He set that up throwing a great pass to Tyree Holloway, and right on the money going down the sideline full stride. And so you've watched him mature every week, and just very impressed with Xavier Felton and what he did tonight. And the first half, he was the Blue Jay offense with 79 rushing yards and 110 touchdown passes and that was all 189 yards. And so Xavier Felton, number 8, the junior quarterback for the Blue Jays, is our Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game tonight.
Let's pause here. We'll be back to hear what Coach has to say right after this.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Automotive.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Monday on This Morning, America's First News. A year after protesters demanded the government defund the police, those departments are getting their money back and then some. Also, turns out some of America's biggest cities did not lose residents during the pandemic, but plenty of small ones gained as well. And why the government is predicting a winter of big gas bills. Monday on This Morning, America's First News. Tune in Monday at 5 a.m. here on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Our claws and senses are sharp, and we're ready to eat them up.
Wow, what a victory!
Head coach Chris Kleiman and the Wildcats are ready to pound the stone all season long. Join us Saturday as the Wildcats take on the Iowa State Cyclones in Farmageddon. Our coverage begins at 4:30 on your home for Wildcat football.
107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK.
And welcome back. We're in the post-game show as we get set to talk to head coach Randall Zimmerman. This interview is sponsored by Dell Motors of Junction City. And, Coach, congratulations. A tough win tonight. You had to earn it.
Yeah, very, very tough. They're a very tough team, very prideful. And, you know, we talked to our kids all week long about how tough a place it is to play. And it's a tough place to play. But, I don't know, our kids see stuff. And we knew, they would look at their record and all of that kind of stuff, but it's, we saw them coming on. They came on tremendously throughout the year and played a really good Topeka Seaman team, really, really tough last week. We knew they'd be up for us, and they were. And they did a good job, and we were incredibly flat, and, made it tough. It made it really tough, but then very, very proud of our kids. Our defense really held on there in the first half. We were putting them in tough situations offensively, and then we just kind of settled in and had a pretty decent second half.
Kind of saved Randall Banks for second half running the ball.
Well, that's not by design, but that was a tension thing. There was a number of them. If you're watching, there was a whole bunch of them that set out the first half, and it's
disciplinary action.
We need some help. We're gonna get this thing taken care of. It's 99.9% of our problems tonight were just simple little amateur off the field issues, and we just can't have it. Just cannot have it. And I would be doing these kids wrong if it was just about the sport. It's not just about the sport. It's about learning life lessons, and we've got to take care of it. And our kids will take care of it.
How is Xavier Felton? He limped off in the fourth quarter.
He's fine. He had a cramp. He really had a heavy load tonight running the ball, and we were very, very limited, very, very limited in the first half with personnel. So he had to. We were running him quite a bit because we were struggling just a little bit with executing in the passing game until 50 seconds left in the first half, and I think that was a big spark when we were able to go down the field, 5 plays in 50 seconds, and able to put it in, and then came out and had a little momentum in the second half. Our kids played really hard in the second half as well.
You're in the running for Centennial League, at least tri-championship. You've got one more game to win to do that.
Yeah, that would be really nice for these kids. And, we came in so inexperienced and young, and a lot of young kids out on the field. And we're still trying to learn how to play the game a little bit, not just with our individual schemes, but just how the games unfold. And, that'd be pretty neat because it was a tough road early, especially, and in teams like Emporia just play us really, really, really tough, and it'd be pretty neat if our kids could come away with that.
You did a good job taking advantage of their turnovers.
Yeah, our defense was really on, and got some interceptions there, but they were also limited but with personnel. I'm very proud of those kids that stepped in there in those spots, and we're in the right position, and we're ready to go. They paid attention, they were ready to go. So we'll have a good week, restful weekend, and come back and go to work on Monday and continue to work on ourselves and just continue to try to get better.
Good win. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on Sports Saturday.
All right. Thanks for having us, Dewey.
Coach has been our guest tonight on the Dell Motors postgame interview with head coach Randall Zimmerman. The Blue Jays win tonight, beating the Emporia Spartans by a score of 30-6 here at Jack Welch Stadium at Emporia State University. For Matt Barnes, working back in our studios, the crew handling the live stream for Brian Field. That will wrap up our broadcast here tonight. The Blue Jays improved to 6-1 on the year. Emporia falls to 1-6. Thank you for watching and listening. So long, everybody.
1420 and 107.9 FM from the Geary Community Hospital Studios, Progressive Healthcare, Hometown Compassion on KJCK, Junction City.
Now playing the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
These are the greatest hits.
107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Nothing but a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of